Hello everyone, I am Tacet and welcome to the Gems of War stream. Today we have a spoiler. Dun dun dun. Unfortunately it doesn't show too much. By not showing too much I mean it actually shows a lot, but most of it I can't really say anything about unfortunately. But let me go bring it up real quick. So let's see, let's make that full screen and would make it visible would be good. 1 second. It made it full screen, but didn't actually make it visible. Let's see, click OK, and that should make it visible. There we go. So, the Hall of Guardians, 4.4 sneak peek, factions. Factions already center activity in the Underworld. But yeah, there are a bunch of factions underneath the Underworld. They have a bunch of shiny things you can do. As you can see there, there's quests. That's pretty obvious what that is. Delve is that other screenshot, which just shows like that dungeon-like thing, and it's like dungeons. It's pretty much, like I said, what dungeons should have been when it was released. Then there's these shiny portals, says troops and treasures on it. Can't really say much more than that. Then there's the horde thingy, and then there's the faction info, which is kind of like the page that shows, like, you know, like a kingdom page, because these technically aren't kingdoms, are kingdoms. It's really weird, but they're called factions. This is basically what I was talking about earlier when I was saying they're going to be adding faction-like, I mean, not faction-like, but kingdom-like kingdoms. This is basically what I was referring to with kingdom-like kingdoms. They're kind of kingdoms, they're kind of not kingdoms, they're their whole own thing in their underworld. As far as all the details with that, we'll have more info on that later. But, yeah, I think that's about as much as I can say about that. Very, very interesting, though. Yeah, hopefully, we'll be able to say more very soon. But anyways, good majority of this stream. Let me actually leave that up. I have a feeling we'll be needing it again. But anyways, most of this stream will be going towards leveling up our knight. As you guys know, knight class thingy is this next Thursday. So I do want to make sure we have level 70 for it, so we could show what a max knight looks like. Other than that, yeah, that's basically the only thing we're going to be doing for the most of today. Maybe we'll mess around with stuff. Of course, if you guys have any questions during any of it or any teams you want me to do or anything of the such, feel free to leave them all in chat and we'll make sure to get around to them. But other than that, let's actually get into it then. Let's mess around with PvP. Also, hello everyone! Hello Zeddicus, hello Tim, hello JZG, hello Alpha, hello Demon Angel, hello hello Captain, hello Steve, hello Dallas, hello Adam, and hello Tuan. Welcome everyone. I hope all of you are having a good weekend so far. Let's see. Take the green. I mean, green. Take the yellow. Still going to keep mixing them up. I'm never going to get it correct. Always saying every single color correctly. I feel like every single week I mess up at least once. Let's see. Hello, Talk. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. Glad you could join us. Okay, we'll go take purple down. First day off in 3 weeks. It's a great weekend. Oh, very nice, yeah. Always great to have a day off, especially when it's actually during the weekends. I don't know, every job I've always worked in the past, except for flea marketing, has always had, actually, no, I shouldn't say that, because actually, I was going to say I had, like, off on the weekends, but no. Actually, now that I think of it, there were only when I worked for that green energy company did I ever actually have off for the weekends. Every other job I actually did need to work on weekends. That's depressing. I didn't even think about that until now. But yeah. How does the game decide which troop to show in PvP? It's based on so many factors. On the first screen? Oh, you mean the first screen where it only shows one? I believe it's 100% random. It's a 1 in 4 chance that I'll do any of the 4. I'm not fully certain on that, but I believe that is the case. Though I don't think it could show hero weapons. It only shows a troop. So if it's 3 troops and a weapon, I think it's a 1 in 3 chance for each. But yeah, I believe it's an even chance for each thing. I don't think it's determined based on anything. Because it is possible to see the exact same person have 2 different thumbnail thingies there. Like if it was the same one every single time, then there might be some kind of method. But it does change from time to time for the same exact person. Oh, we might actually lose this. Getting too slow of a start. We don't have protection against that really annoyingness of his high damage output. Let's see. I need this to be full mana right now. Would be great. Skull we're not even going to bother with. We'll stick a yellow for now. He'll take skull and kill it, but oh, he actually got Ubistet out of that. I think we lost. Yep, we did an extra turn. Dead. And Furnace, go, you got this. Solo everything. Actually, it's still winnable. What do we take here? We'll take a red somewheres. We'll take it and try to get a skull. Didn't get it. Ideally, this will get down. Nice, nice. Too bad that was an extra turn. Stop gaining barrier. If that didn't gain barrier, we actually probably would have won right there. Oh no, we still won. Okay. That was a really weird way to win, but I'll take it. And Furnace, perfectly balanced troop. Solo entire team. There we go. Can you show a good Queen Titania team? Currently, you're using Fire Mantle, Divinia, Queen Titania, and you don't know who else to use? Well, normally if I build Queen Titania, even this late in the game, I like to build it around Alchemist Moneylender. Alchemist Moneylender, Yagway, Queen Titania. You normally don't need Divinia on a Queen Titania team. Your biggest priority with Queen Titania, more so than with Divinia. Well, I guess both of them kind of want it, but you want to have a lot of reds on the board, in particular with the Divinia. I mean, in particular with Queen Titania. Well, I guess both of them technically do. But, you know, Queen Titania is really important. You have 13 plus specifically, so that you can keep getting extra turns on it. And normally for that, you need a troop that creates red. Ideally a red storm too, but at least something that creates red onto the board is the main thing you need. And I normally like using Hellcat, Lord Ember, or Moneylender for that. Where it depends on, really depends on what exactly the rest of your team's going to be. Okay, we'll take Skull over. Ideally, we'd have Ubistet here. We're going to super overkill him with that. And a little late on the Ubistet. And there it goes. Hello, Medieval. Welcome. Hello, Marcelo. So do we have more spoilers? Yes, we do. Hey, we hit level 53. We had this image. Let me see. Let me bring it back up again. We have this image. Oh, it's still not up. I brought the tab up so I can see it. I didn't show it on stream, though. And there we go. Okay. But yeah, just to go over this again, for any of you that weren't here at the beginning, I have a feeling we're going to be showing this like a dozen times during the stream. But, yes, 4.0 sneak peek. We have ourselves factions. Factions are the center of activity in the Underworld. So every single little area in the Underworld, they're not actually kingdoms. They're kind of like kingdoms. They're kind of not. They're called factions. They have quest lines just like kingdoms, but then they have a bunch of other things. The faction info is basically just like the normal power info on a kingdom, except different. And other than that, delving is that other screenshot we already saw. That's the thing that's really similar to that of dungeons, or how dungeons should have been. Then there's these portals, which will give troops and treasures. And then there's the Horde, which is where you collect your treasures. And I can't really mention much else other than that onto those. But each one of those things is something. The Delve is the only one you actually interact with. Well, obviously after you finish the questline. But the Delve is the only one you really interact with. The other ones are just kind of things where you track your progress or use your progress, essentially. But yeah, that's what Underworld kingdoms look like, or kingdoms. They're called factions, but yeah. And one thing that's nice too, pretty sure I could say this, doesn't really matter too much. They do come with banners. So we're finally going to get every combination of banner eventually covered, hopefully, possibly. We'll see. But yeah, they will be coming in with a +2, +1, -1 banners, which is pretty cool. I'm going to move this to the side, and there we go. Also, hello, Carbos. Welcome. Ragnagor, Titania, and Furnace, and Dawnbringer. Sounds good. Sounds like a really good team. Hello, Rat. Welcome as well. And Dark Wolves. Welcome. Okay, we'll go take red. Go throw down purple. Get an Furnace in there. And see what we can do. So, let's take some greens. Grab that. Ubistet, double kill. And then Furnace for the cleanup. He'll just take a skull on us and do almost nothing else. Oh, an Ultra Rare Ingot. You might have noticed that said new on it. I did finally upgrade the next weapon. So we're only a tribute. Nice. Let's grab that. 12 tribute. Not too bad. But yeah, let me go under the weapons real quick. We only have 2 ultra rare weapons left. I think by the end of next week, we will definitely 100% for sure have all weapons maxed, which could be pretty cool. I mean, not all weapons. I wish. I mean, all ultra rare weapons maxed. Obviously, not all weapons. But yeah, the only 2 we're missing now is these 2. So, yeah, right around the corner. I think we only have 1 at the moment, or we definitely do. We literally just saw that we only had 1. But, yeah, we only need, 55. We need 55 more, ultra rare ingots, and yeah, ultra rare ingots. And then we'll be good to go. We'll get a 3 on Monday because we're probably not making a leaderboard. And, yeah, we'll just go from there and see how things go. But yeah, after we do that, we can just go straight into epics. And that's pretty good because we will be needing those for kingdom upgrades and such, of course. Does it cost treasure maps? I don't know. Does it? We'll find out. Let's see. Okay, we'll take purple. We'll take green to red. You got 9,500 in Guild War Day today. Very nice. What's today? Purple Day? Oh, Purple Day's fun. Assuming you don't get trolled by Elamagrim, or at least I use Elamagrim. I love using infinite loop Elamagrim for Purple Day. Actually, let me go show the team I'll be using. Might as well go show that. Okay. Oh, it's unfortunately against the meta, but at least this is a good test to see if you can actually win against it. Should be able to. I don't see why not. Basically, you just rush Hellcat into that and then go from there. And you don't need to have Elamagrim to do this. You can do the same thing with Queen Titania or really just any really heavy purple-red. Okay, do I really want to get rid of purple? Probably not. Though it would get us rolling, but it wouldn't be worth it to get rid of it. So we'll do that. See where that leaves us. Still the same predicament as the previous turn. I think I don't go for it just because it's just going to help him. He's going to be creating red himself, so we'll let him do his thing. He's probably going to give us alignment here. Then we get to get rid of yellow since we don't really need it as much. We kind of do, kind of don't, but it's way more important we get Elamagrim up. And now, ideally, we just start going Elamagrim crazy, and if not, he Ubistek kills us, so please don't miss. Okay, now please don't miss like 1,000 more times. No, actually, we only need to land this 2 more times. Once. Good. And twice, and we won. Okay, we already got it. Ideally, it'll keep going, though. And never ends. Where's your full mana? Hellcat, can we do you? Without doing it on purple. Doesn't look like it, so we'll take all that purple there. And hopefully don't miss. Good. And dead off in Furnace. And that's what that team looks like. Once you get it going, it's all to win, essentially. Hey, apparently we got gold for something. Oh, yeah. I think we had a task where all we had to do was use the 4 times the same color troop. I always find that funny when it's Guild Wars because it's so ridiculously easy to do. We'll need to do 3 elements later. 6 gems, not really that worth it, but I want to be recycling them. I haven't been as much lately, but definitely need to be because there you can get like 20, 30, 40 like gems a day if you just do them, and they normally don't take too long. And I keep leaving like ridiculously long ones there. I need to keep repicking, I think, the weaker ones, I think, or like the really, really long ones that aren't as worth it. I think I should just keep repicking. But anyways, let me go change my armor real quick. That only gives 1 glory key, but that's 1 more glory key than we would have had. So I'm only going to take, if I can find the menu. That's not going to take too long here. Have a, change that. Oh, wait. Oh, that's just style. For a second, I thought I had my armor set to something weaker from earlier. I was going to say, like, what on earth is happening with that? Oops, I just changed my armor to the wrong one as well. Fail. Anyways, hero. Let me fix all this. Here, you change to that. You change to that. There we go. We're back to normal. Anyways, I'll do the elementals later. On to, I guess this one. Oh, not with that team. Let's go back to normal so we actually get class EXP because it's the main thing we're going for right now. Is night EXP. Should you save treasure maps? I don't know. Should you save treasure maps? We'll find out. There we go. But yeah, we'll probably have more information on that Monday, I want to say. I'd give more now, but I don't know how much I could say. Let's see. We'll go through, I'll throw Ubistek down. Yep, oh, I thought that would hit him. Okay, or her. I'll go get that down. Don't want her to summon the end. Get an Furnace in there. And dead. It'll let me do my turn. And down it goes. Also, hello Jay, welcome. Also, hello Ellen as well. And Aaron. Let's see. Oh yeah, that team does have a little bit too high on mythics. Yeah, Elamagrim into Infernus. You can easily do Hellcat into Queen Titania, as I mentioned, or Hellcat into any purple-red that's decent, and there's quite a few of them. It's the same general premise. Well, I shouldn't say the same general premise, but it starts the same way. You go into Hellcat into getting the red into whatever your big troop is, and that tends to work out quite nicely for today. But, yeah, I obviously use, like, ridiculously expensive team with, like, Elamagrim and Furnace and all that. Most people have Infernus, though. It's the Elamagrim aspect of it that they might not have. Because Infernus is basically the best thing to craft in the entire game right now. And I don't even think it's being nerfed next patch, or if it is, it's not being nerfed immediately. Or I don't think it is. We'll find out. Okay, is he seriously going to kill it with just Spirit Foxes? No, because the AI doesn't know how to aim. So we'll go and... most of this I don't really need. I guess we'll just take a Riverine over. Do whatever. Try finding ourselves a blue. Yeah, sure, we'll go take blue. But that will go down, take a red. Start getting Furnace up. We'll keep getting Furnace up. There we go, all the way to full. That will get us full mana for the other. Please don't. No. Why you gotta be like that? Are we seriously gonna lose to 4... what? 4 times Spirit Fox. What are you doing? Okay, no more stealthy, so we can just target them. Well, actually, they didn't have stealthy to begin with, because when their entire team is stealthy, they have no stealthy. Okay. Also, I really wish Barrier blocked mana drain. Always seems weird to me that things can drain through Barrier. Though then again, I guess that would make Barrier even more broken than it already is. It's still pretty much the best stats effect in the game. Or, you know, positive stats effect. And then it goes. That took way longer than it needed to. But I guess 4 times Spirit Fox will do that. Hellcat is too squishy for you. You can put a frontline tank again in front of it. Also, you can use Lord Ember instead, assuming you're not using Elamagrim. A reason I don't use Lord Ember with Elamagrim is just because it conflicts with color. But if you're not using Elamagrim, Lord Emperor is slightly tankier. He gains 3 to all stats and has 25% score reduction. And he does the exact same thing, except for instead of hitting a random troop for damage, he'll give 1 magic to all other allies. Which in some cases could even be more useful than just randomly hitting something. Yeah, time to call Tyree back to work. Yeah, Tyree's obtained from completing Zolkiri Kingdom. Alright, first rule of beta is not to speak of beta. Until they post spoilers, in which case we can talk about what they mentioned. Okay, we'll take the red over. Take the yellow. Just take purple over. Get an Uberset down, and that is it. If we have Hero and Diviner, what other 2 troops would you go with if we don't have Infernus and Diviner Spala? Ooh, not having Diviner Spala makes that quite a bit harder. But what kind of team are you referring to? You can't really build a 4 times Divine team without Diviner Spala. Unless you're going to go down the Mercy route. But then it's not really that worth doing. You'd still need a really heavy legendary for it. Like Divinia into Mercy into 1 other yellow damager or something. But you can still build a team out of that. It just wouldn't be a Divine team at that point. You'd have to use some kind of other big yellow troop. And that really just depends on what you have as far as heavy yellow damage sources. One of the cheapest ones that tends to be pretty efficient is Goblin Rocket. But using it as your only damage source can be very slow. Even though it's really consistent. Okay, what do we even take here? I guess we go for yellow some way. Don't want to give him something. Oh, we could grab that. Didn't even see that. Grab an Infernus. You have the Dragon Divine. So you could end up doing Hero as your tank with something like Mountain Crusher. Followed by... oh, wait, never mind. You wouldn't need Mountain Crusher if you're running Diviner. Well, I guess you could still do it. Just depends what weapons you have. Could even do Interceptor. But, yeah, probably Hero as your tank, followed by Diviner, Divinia, and then you would just need 1 yellow damage source that fits whatever colors your weapon isn't covering. Or just whatever your biggest yellow damage source is. Okay, and Infernus at that. Uberstep will clean up whatever's left. Oh, really? You would both survive. Well, he'll die to burn. That will go down to that. And, of course, he would unburn. Doesn't matter, though. And then he goes. You do have Mercy. Well, you don't need too much mana generation. If you're using Diviner, you don't need, it's either Diviner or Mercy. Very rarely would you ever bother using both. It's really hard to put your hero if you use both. Okay, what do we need here? We'll take a scroll down. You're 5-0 with Guild War, 4 Black Manacle, Mizmer, Ancient Horror, Tome of Evil with +2 purple. For what now? For Guild Wars? I don't think I could use that this late in the game. Earlier on in the game, that would probably work. This late in the game, it would be way too low of stats, or we just wouldn't be able to cycle quick enough compared to whatever we're up against. Like, we go check what we're up against. Let's just go see. What's our first battle for Guild Wars? Because we need to make sure we have a lot of mana generation going so that we actually score really high, or at least high as possible. Let's see. What are we up against? Oops. Oh no, we have 0-3 on our goblins. What is happening to them? Yeah, we're up against Divine meta. That's gonna be annoying. That is gonna be very annoying. Anyways, let me go and which one do we go for? I guess we go for this one. He's just using fire bombs and stuff anyways. Hello, Siplam. Welcome. We got new spoilers. Can I show it? Sure, I can show it again. I don't see why not. I have a feeling we'll be showing it like a dozen more times, like I mentioned. But I don't mind. I'll go show it after this battle. Oops, I forgot to take the purple. Doesn't matter though. Furnace again. Go firebomb. We'll divine. He's dead. Actually, oddly enough, this actually has more damage right now using this than if we were to use Divine Hero class. Main reason is because Divine doesn't have a color that corresponds to that, so we're missing the 5 damage, which this class is getting. We also get 3 additional damage for one of the perks it has to shields, which is kind of funny. Anyways, let me go and show the little thumb or the little image of the what's it called? That thing. But anyways, spoiler image. I have no clue. I forgot that word. But anyways, spoiler image time. So 4.0 sneak peek. Factions. Factions are the center of activity in the Underworld. This is basically the kind of like kingdom, but not actually kingdom thing that's in the Underworld. They're basically the kingdoms of the Underworld, essentially. Can't say too much about how they function and everything like that, but as you can see, it has standard quests. That's pretty irrelevant, though. You just get it done in like a few minutes and then boom. Delve is the main thing that's coming in with these things. You guys have seen the other spoiler image where it kind of shows the dungeon layout, and it just shows, you know, like the little dungeon has a little pathings that you can go to and all that. Other than that, we have the other 3 things, which are things that you can interact with. They're not actually like game modes or anything. They're just, you know, kind of standard things. Like faction info is kind of like the power page of kingdoms, and then there's just portals and horde. Portals, you can see there, it says troops and treasure, and then the horde is where you collect the treasure, apparently. And yeah, that's about as much as I can really say about it. There is a lot more detail to go over with literally all of that, but most of it, actually pretty much all of it, I can't really say at the moment. Yeah, you can also see there's some numbers under the faction info. There's 2 of them. They're both apparently the same for whatever reason. One of them's normally going to be different than the other. But yeah. It's so limited what I could say. I want to say so much, but I can't. Anyways, that's that. But that's all we know at the moment. And once we have more information that I'm allowed to say, I will. Anyways, let's not face that team. Let's go to goblins. That awkward moment when divines are so strong, I'm opting for goblins. Wow, have we even lost our turn yet? Also, that's so funny. We have 77-77. And our attack ends in a 7 as well. That's so many lucky 7s. Anyways, let's go and let's try killing Siren before we even get to cast off. That'd be hilarious. I don't think I've ever done that before. Oh, and we still didn't. Oh, well, let's get Ubistit down. He'll poke us some. We'll go from there. Get Infernus in there. Let's see. Against the Vine meta, it would be a different story. Oh yeah, for sure. There's so many things that died at Divine meta. Some of the best teams in the entire game just die to it for no reason sometimes. It's because it gets so much value so quickly. In one turn, it could be completely barrier, 200 HP on everything, and your entire team dead. Could you do a video showing different Divinia teams for all different levels of the game? I believe I did on the first Divinia video. We did it over the event thingy. Pretty sure I showed an early game team on it. Let me double check. I think I have it tagged correctly. Let me go check my channel and go get the video for you real quick. I forgot if I showed early game teams. I assumed I would have. I think I showed early game dragon team, mid game dragon team, and late game dragon team with it. I'm pretty sure. Let me go find the video. I don't think the video specifically says Divinia teams. It says it's whatever one Lord Ember came in with. Oops, what am I doing? I'm in the wrong area. Where's my search bar? There it is. Let's go under let's see, Lord Ember. There he is. That was actually the first event of this patch. I didn't even realize that. Oh wow, Divinia was actually related to this patch? I didn't even realize that. Well, there's a lot of teams to show at her when we do the best teams video, that's for sure. She's basically the entire meta right now. Assuming you don't have Infernus and other stuff. But even then, it's still used in a lot. It's used in Red Guild Wars, used in Yellow Guild Wars, it's used with Yagway, it's used with Ketris and all that good stuff. Anyways, this should be the correct video. Copy it. Put that into the chat right there. But yeah, there's the video that goes over all Divinia teams. I forget which ones I actually go over in that video, but it has all the ones I did then. If you need specific other ones, let me know. But yeah, as far as early game Divinia, you just build it into basically just 4x Dragon. The cheaper version of it with like Dragatar, your hero class, and whatever other one you have just fit in there. I actually have done a detailed video on how scoring works, though it's dated about a year back, but it's still completely relevant to the current scoring system. Yeah, I can go find that one too. Let me see. Just click back, click on search, and find Guild War scoring. I think that brings it up. Probably brings a couple of the old ones as well. It doesn't bring it up with that. Guild War new scoring? I know I did a video on it. I even posted it at one point. It's like, hey, we did this other thing with it. Guild War changes, probably. Guild War changes. Well, apparently I need to tag this thing better. I can't even find it. Guild War changes. Oh, that's literally what it's called. Guild War changes. Pretty sure that's the one. Oh, yeah, this is the one. I believe it is. Add. Stop playing. Let's see. Skip ad. Yep, this is the one. Oh, it says all battles worth 300 points, but that was only a small change. Everything else related to this. Ignore the fact that it says Guild Wars is 300 points for each one. They did that initially, but then they changed it to 250, 275, 300, 325, and then 350. But as far as all the scoring that has gone over in this video, it's accurate. There's not much of a need to make an updated one. I guess I will eventually. Problem is they're probably going to revamp it again. So the second I even bother doing it, they're going to be revamping it, I believe, by the end of this year again. So, but yeah, that video is still completely accurate. The only thing that it's not accurate is it says 300 all points, where it's now 250, 275, 300, 325, and 350. Hey, we got a gnome. First gnome to stream. What do we get from it? Anything good? Come on, Vault Key. I haven't gotten a Vault Key when it wasn't the event for ages now. 2 minor trait stones, his worst possible drop, or at least for me it is. Hello, Lonzero, welcome. Okay, we'll go into the Divine team, why not? Also, hello, Amanda, welcome. Yeah, no problem, Alpha. Yeah, scoring in Guild Wars is so ridiculously hard to understand at the moment. They're going to be making it a lot simpler in the future. so that newer players and just players in general will have a better understanding of how Nerf it works. Because nowhere in the game itself does actually explain the full detail on how it's scored. Yeah, we'll go through that down. Why not? Get a double kill. He'll go through in a furnace. That might actually be a big deal because he might already win. Good, he didn't. Throw that in there. Get a poke. And that's pretty much match, or it actually is match. And down it goes. Is delving like the Underworld version of Explore? Delving is the Underworld version of dungeons, basically. Of these dungeons, you know, like you play games, you go to dungeon. It's basically the Underworld's version of this, essentially. Not exactly, but that's basically what it is. Alright, we'll go take this. Go throw a purple. Go take red. Throw in furnace. New version of Gems of War? Yes, new, well, not yet. No, this isn't currently a new version of Gems of War. I was just going over some spoilers earlier of next patch. Next patch, hopefully by the end of this month, likely in the next 2 weeks. But yeah, very, very soon, next patch, right around the corner. No official date yet. Okay, we'll go and take that down. Take brown. But yeah, they're still beta testing it and fixing bugs and all that good stuff. Blink twice if you get if you get 3 things per day. That's a trick question because I constantly blink always, especially when I'm aware I'm blinking. Like I blink like crazy. I've gotten slightly better at it, but I don't know. During middle school and high school, I used to be like really, really bad. I would like blink like almost every single second. It feels like, and I still blink. I feel like way more than an average person does. Okay, let's go grab, oh, we can't drop that. I'm still gonna try for it. Didn't get it, though. I'm always gonna blink. Let's see. You could say literally anything and that would end up, confirming it. Okay, we'll go and, take green. Go and take purple. Get an Ubistet down. Throw it in furnace. And I guess we'll go for you in case we get skull. Or even then, that's still not going to be enough. What do we need here? We'll go take brown. Oh, could I have taken yellow? I should have done that in the first place. I was trying to move that so I could take a yellow. Yeah, I'm not a robot confirmed. There we go. Yeah, I know, we don't have a capture to confirm it anymore. We need something else, some other way to confirm it. There we go, dungeon's done. Wow, we almost completed all dailies already. That was quick. I wasn't even like really going to do them. I just was because we were mentioning the other thing. But at this point, we almost might as well just finish them. All we gotta do is kill 8 elementals or win with 8 elementals. You know, we're already on the streak. We might as well just finish it at this point. Do I have a Dragon Soul team set up? I believe I do. Or like a quick team. Yeah, I still have this set up from when I was messing around with it earlier. But yeah, let's go run a quick elemental, I guess, and just run it 8 times. We already came this far. Might as well finish all of them. What about go for? I'm looking for elementals. Preferably with links, preferably with a good AoE. That's not where you search for that. That's also not where you search for that. Elemental. Where are you? Elemental! There you are. Okay, we need elemental and we need, oh, I don't need specific kingdom. I just need link. So, what do we do with these? Oh yeah, we have a lot of links because of all the other things. What'd be the quickest weapon we can get down then? Probably... Trying to think of one that we actually have all the colors for here. I guess Black Manacle would work. Brown, purple. This will be another one. Come on. No! None of them have the other color I need. Oh yeah, you do. No you don't. Never mind. Why do you have so many greens? Okay, fine. I'll run War and Peace or something. There, we'll run that, we'll run that, and we'll run What else do we need? Green. Sure, that works. Why not? And now we'll just go something like War and Peace. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So let's go change our banner accordingly. Put it all in on, I guess it's brown-green. I don't think there's a minus banner that goes with that. Anyways, let's go do this real quick. Just gotta clear it out 8 times. Also get class EXP. Okay, take the blues over. Get all of our stuff. He double turns because that's a glitch. And it was Black Manacle. I mean, War and Peace. Same difference. Kind of. And we just gotta do that, like, what, 8 times? 8 times for 6 diamonds? I mean, 8 times for 6 gems? I just did a video earlier going over the difference, and I still stayed them as diamonds. There's a huge difference, though. Anyways, let's take a green, grab that. Should only take 2 turns to get it up each time, and then just throw it down. It'd be a lot easier if we had a half mana start, but of course we are not currently using a hero class that does. Nor can we switch, because the whole point we're using this hero class is to get EXP on it. Obviously, this wouldn't be a good way to actually farm its EXP. Easiest way to do that is just to Sunbird, spam the Explore battles. You got 2 Guild War Defend wins against the #1 guild on Xbox with the giant team you talked about. Yeah, I've been thinking about bringing it out. I just haven't bothered because we're still in the phase of leveling all the hero classes. Once we get closer to max leveling all the hero classes, we'll probably be doing that a lot more. Like actually using our hero for what it's supposed to be used for. Lately, obviously, I haven't been as much just because we're in the trying to grind out everything mode. But yeah, give it about another 2 months or so. We should be fully maxed on every hero class. We're more than halfway there already right now. So we're getting there. And then once we're done, we're never need to do it again, which would be nice. Only other thing we'll need to really worry about at that point is farming ingots over time, which is going to take forever and a half, but we'll get it done eventually as well. And kingdoms do require, of course, weapons being fully maxed, and the higher stars do start to get really high with how many you need as well. Yarrow Fire Giants, Dawnbringer with Titan, and Hindla, yeah. It's the strongest giant team currently in the game. And it could be made even stronger if they added a better hero weapon for it. They need to add a hero weapon that covers purple, yellow, and red. If they made a purple, yellow, red hero weapon that wasn't horrible, that team would be just insanely, insanely strong. Oops, why'd I do that? I just denied my own green. That was a really dumb move to make. Anyways, let's go throw that down. Fail. Pretty big fail. Anyways, I think we have like, what, 2 more battles or so? And then we got our 6 gems. Not like it makes too big a difference, but every little bit counts. Pretty sure we could have made more just from doing maps, though. Okay, we'll just take that over. Take that down, take that over, take that down. So many movements. And that should be it. 6 gems. Boom. Nope. Still 1 more. Why don't you show the number there? 2 more, actually. Wow. It's going slow. Anyways, let's do 2 more. Take the yellow to red into green, hopefully. Nope, no green, no nothings. We'll take ourselves a green like that. Get some more greens and browns and everything. Move that over. See what else we can grab here. Take brown. Come on, where's all the surge? Take green. He'll poke us. We'll poke him back with 1-shot everything. And 1 more will give us our 6 gems. And 1 more class EXP. Oh yeah, maybe I should actually farm some of the class EXP in the other game modes. We would gain a lot of gold from it. Might even be quicker than PvP gold. Last I checked, it actually isn't, but it's ever so barely isn't. And that's mainly because you get ingots and everything from PvP. But if you're just interested in EXP and trade stones, it would definitely be worth it. Like going to a kingdom where you need trade stones from, which actually, what is that right now? Let me double check. I believe it's Zolkari, actually. I already know for sure it is, because we used a lot of them for the most recent mythic. Yeah, all we really have to do is do something like this. Sunbird, Gelatinous Cube, Firebomb, and War and Peace. And War and Peace you get for free from completing out the Kazale questline, and the bonus questline at the end of it. Yeah, let's move that. Throw Firebomb down. Ideally, we'd have full mana on it right now. Then we just Sunbird, and that is that. And normally that'd be a Rowan, but we're actually getting 400 more EXP per battle. I mean, 400 more gold per battle due to using the little slime thingy in our team. And it does work in Explore. I believe it works in PvP and Explore this week. It definitely works in Explore. Throw Firebomb down, get full mana. Throw down a hit, boom, dead. But yeah, if we really wanted to, we could gain more EXP and stuff this way. But I don't think we will be. Oh, there's 4 purples. But then again, I think we've already completed out this event. Pretty sure we've completed this event out like 3 times over or something. 2 times over, 3 times over. Some kind of ridiculous amount more than what we actually needed. Move that over, throw Sunbird. And that might already be kill. Or not. Okay, Firebomb. And dead. Anyways, yeah. We're going to go back to PvP now. But you can gain a bunch of gold that way. Okay. What was I looking for? Events. 808. Yeah, we're about 3 times above. By the end of the week, it's going to be like 3.5 times more. Now let's go back to a normal PvP team, which is something like this. And there we go. Hello, I'm 78. Good morning. Welcome. Hey, Pet Gnome. Hey, we don't even have a pet active, so that works out perfectly. With that being said, I think we'll hand out a redeem code then. We haven't handed one out yet, so we did find a treasure gnome and a pet gnome already, so we'll go hand out a code. We'll have another one during a little bit later on in the stream as well. Let's go get this gnome down. Then we'll go hand it out. Hopefully he drops a good pet, like Dragon Bonus or Divine Bonus would be great right about now. Or at least one of them that we have less copies of. Okay, he'll die to burn. And that's pretty much match. Let's go last bit of our mana with that. Somehow 1 mana short, really. But we'll go with that down. Get a nice furnace at it. And that'll be that. There we go. What pet did we get? Come on, something not bad. No! Not only do I already have it maxed, its bonus is useless. But nonetheless, it's a pet. Let's go give out a code for it. Not for the pet itself, for just some resources. Anyways, let me go grab that. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? I forgot. I need to go ask Salty for more codes later. We only have enough till next Saturday. Well, let's go into the next one down the line. Whatever that is. And save that. Get all that in there. And let's go and double check that even works. Hopefully it does. It should. I don't see why it wouldn't. Oops. Spacebar. And there we go. It does indeed work. Let me click refresh. Put that right back over there. Try to figure out where on earth this is in the interface. Somewhere's in all this mess. That's the window capture. Where'd the code go? Redeem code. Put that right in there. And there you guys go. There's the code. We'll go copy paste it into chat as well, so you guys can just go and do it that way. And one moment. Let me see. Grab all that. Copy it. Put that into chat. And there you guys go. Redeem codes just to give a little bit of in-game resources for Gems of War. Use it on gemsofwar.com underneath the game code section. You can find your invite code underneath the settings menu. Right there. Whatever your game says there is what you put in. And the redeem code can be found below, as well as in chat, of course. And, yeah. And other than that, just gives the same reward as always. 2 treasure maps, 1 gem key, 200 souls, and 2,500 gold. Keep in mind that you can only use this on every platform except for the console versions. So as long as you're not on PS4 or Xbox One, you'll be able to use it. And we only get a wisp. But, oh well. There we go. We haven't been getting many ingots from that recently. But the next time we'll probably be using a lot of them is for Next Kingdom. Next Kingdom is supposedly on August 24th, unless that changes. Which is actually 2 Fridays from now. Not next Friday, but the following Friday. Next Friday is going to be Bounty Hunter. So we'll have that. Anyways, let me go do this thing before I forget. I actually have this pet maxed, but I want it for the EXP. So we're going to go do, I think, the first 4 battles. Maybe I'll just ignore the other ones. I don't know if I should even bother going for it. There's currently nothing to use excess pets for, so it's kind of a waste to go much further. Main reason I would want to take the first few is just because it gives such ridiculously good class EXP. Because for this ridiculously quick battle, we end up getting ourselves 2 EXP, which is very nice. Can you change your invite code? I don't believe you can. Well, definitely no way in the game you can. I don't know if they can either. You could try requesting it by support. I don't know if they would actually be able to for you. I know they did in the past when redeem codes were too low to, were too long to even redeem codes. Or invite codes were too long to even redeem codes. But, yeah, go contact support and they might be able to do something about that on gemsofwar.com underneath the submit a request section. Or gemsofwar.com, click support, and then click submit a request, and then fill out the form. Make sure you don't accidentally put a space bar if it doesn't work. Also, make sure your code is capped, both of them, your invite code and your redeem code. Because I believe it is cap sensitive. Come on, quick. And there it goes. Code does not work for you? Did anyone double check it without a space? I was getting that earlier too when I was using salties. Which I found weird. Like when she was streaming last Monday, one of her codes just didn't work for whatever reason for me. There we go. We'll go and throw a hit down. Get our mana we need. Move instead immediately, because why not? Throw all the damage into him. Oh no! You did not just web our damage source. And def marked it too. Okay, we're gonna have to kill it with skulls or anything at this point. No! What are you doing? Wow, really? He webbed it so it didn't kill, and then he def mark killed it. Amazing. Okay, we'll go and what do we even need here? We'll take the green. Also, thank you, Uday, for the subscribe. Much appreciated. Hey, we gained another level as well. Yeah, I guess we'll go all the way for the Grimlet. I was just going to stop at number 4, but I think we'll go all the way. We don't need more copies of him, but oh well. Eventually, we'll never need to do pets again. But we need to make sure we mythic all of them first. Because in the current state of the game, we don't know if they're going to change in the future, but there's no need for pet food in the current state of the game once you've maxed all pets. Seems kind of weird in that regard. Like, they added no sync for it at all. And some people maxed it in like a month. Yeah, sometimes the redeem codes have a delay too. You have to keep that in mind. Just double check your mail and see if it's there. I have seen it before say that it didn't work and then it just gives you the mail after like a minute. It's really weird. Yeah, we'll have another one a little bit later in the stream. Probably when we find our next treasure gnome or pet gnome. Unless we find it within like 10 minutes, but you know, well, later in the stream if we find one. Hand it out. Get that down, get it Ubstet, and there we go. 2 more left. Until we get a useless pet, which we already have maxed. If nothing else, we can transform into purple pet food, but still, there's no need because we already have infinite white pet foods, essentially. Or not infinite, but you know, enough to constantly keep them leveled. Let's see. Throw an Infernus down. Get a hit on that, and then hopefully get Infernus to full. I mean, not Furnace, Ubistet. Apparently not, though. So let's go take a red. He'll die in 2 turns to burn. Never mind, no, he won't. He is regeneration, doesn't he? No, he doesn't. Never mind. Oh, I was thinking of the trolls, but we'll just go move that down. Get Infernus into anything, and that will pretty much do him in. We'll just throw a Divine at it, and down. And one last battle. Purple, get yellow. We already have a sync for treasure map, all you treasure hunt haters. Yeah, technically there is a treasure hunt, a treasure map sync, isn't there? It's the treasure hunt itself. I wouldn't really consider that a map sync, though. I don't know, I guess it technically doesn't take too long. It would take me about 50 to 60 hours to use every map I have. Which isn't an excessively large amount of time. I just couldn't stand doing that game mode for that long. Though if we were to do it, let's say it takes 55 hours, we would obtain about, let's do some maths. We would obtain about, assuming we just keep the other resources, we would get about 3,300 gems if we were to use every map we had. The problem is it would take us about 2 weeks to use every map we had. And that's like if we only did treasure hunt, like literally almost no PvP other than like getting 2k and stuff like that. But if we were just to do primarily just maps, it would take about 2 weeks, and over the course of those 2 weeks, we would gain 3,300 gems, gaining about 1,700 or so each week for 2 weeks, and then we'd be out of maps. Is Slayer Ghost Houston's good to use in some teams? No. Isn't he the one that converts them all to Doom Skulls? He's too risky to use because the enemy can so easily get value out of it. It's one of those troops that you kind of put on your team to sabotage your team. You shouldn't ever use it unless you just randomly get it off a summon. But yeah, Slayer Ghost you should never use. It just deals damage to the weakest enemy and then transforms all skulls to Doom Skulls. The chance of that backfiring is so ridiculously high that you would never bother using it. What am I doing? I'm changing my team to go and change. I'm trying to change my team into the team I'm already using. What am I doing? It's fire bombs. We don't need to play out the board. Just take a skull, let him do whatever. Run another fire bomb. Let him throw it 2 more times, and we'll be good to go. Okay, we'll throw a furnace. Why not? Down he goes. Let's see. Infernus versus Infernus. Actually, mirror team. Exactly mirror. I think even had same banner. Same upgrade. Different hero class, though. Using a much better hero class, but still trying to level it as well. Well, you know what? We haven't even reached... I didn't even notice that. We didn't even reach level 70 yet. I guess that is one of our main goals. But I mean that as in we don't have our 6th perk, which I believe we have a decent one on this. I forget. Most of its stuff is pretty bad, though. We're gaining 5 attack in PvP. That's not too bad. 3 magic if using shields. The fact that this is meta at the moment is the only reason why that is good. Gain barrier at the start of battle, which isn't horrible. It just kind of keeps us protective a little bit. 20% of our armor to skull, which I guess synergizes with our 5 attack. And then whenever an ally dies, we gain a barrier, including the hero itself. So if hero does die out, we get a barrier for one of our allies. It's actually somewhat decent against Ubistet because it could keep one of our troops alive if he does end up getting a kill. But the problem is Ubistet will probably hit 2 things that isn't our hero, so it isn't really going to help much. Hello, Bogdan. Welcome. Let me actually take a skull here. Grab that. I'm actually going to go for his things right here. Never mind. What on earth is he doing right now? Stop it. Okay, let's go get rid of his Ubistet. And get rid of those 2. He'll do everything except Infernus, and then we can kill Infernus with Infernus. If he'll end his turn before destroying us. We could actually lose right now if we get super lucky. Okay, good. And then it goes. See, that barrier comes into play slightly. Would have taken a little bit more damage otherwise. You just started playing. Should you level your masteries or go for Black Manacle or let it go even? You should always, or later on, you should go and even it all out. But as far as the best things to kind of go for, yeah, Black Manacle, which is brown and purple, 40 brown, 40 purple. Mang, which is 40 brown, 40 red. Yeah, so I would say brown, red, and purple would probably be your 3 main manas to focus. You can go under your weapons, and if you search unowned, it actually shows you like a full list of like at what color or at what mana amount they unlock at, assuming that they do at a certain amount. But yeah, the main ones are under brown, and brown, purple, red is where a good majority of the major ones are. There are some okay ones under different colors as well, but the core ones you would really need are Black Manacle, Mang, and Mountain Crusher for the most part, as far as ones that are upgraded by hero or obtained from hero. There are a few other ones too, but you'd have to go out of your way for it, like Anu Scepter under blue, and that's about it. Doesn't go that far. But yeah, definitely brown, red, and purple would probably be your like 3 biggest priorities. If I was to make a new account, which we will be for next patch, that probably will be our focus, is brown, red, purple. Okay. Let's see. Also, with that being said, as I mentioned before, we will be making a new account for 4.0. And we'll be mainly just streaming it, as far as doing videos for it. I will be doing some specific videos on it, but unlike past series, where basically every single thing in the series was a recorded upload, I'm just going to be streaming them, because it's so much more convenient. Let's see. You don't see why Salty wouldn't show the Underworld on Monday night? I don't think she is this Monday. I wish she would. I don't think she's doing it until next Monday. Or not next week, but the following week, I mean, basically. Let's see. One question. Are the devs ever going to change the way every player earns trophies and donates gold? They're going to be making a PvP rework probably later this year. It's either not next patch, but one of the other 2 patches. There's 3 patches basically that are likely to come this year. It's not next patch, but those other 2. One of those other 2 is likely to be some kind of rework in that regard. Maybe not specifically that, but they are planning on reworking PvP, and I'm pretty sure they would revamp guild some as well. They were also mentioning how they want to make the scoring system for Guild Wars easier to understand, and possibly even changing the rewards for it, or adding new rewards like they said they would do over a year ago. Okay, let's go and what do we need to move around? Grab brown to red. Oh, was that just sitting there? I think it was. Probably was. Now let's go throw a nice furnace at it, and down it goes. Wow, it's starting to get hot in here. AC, why are you not working? Okay, let's go into this. Go from there. Hey, pet gnome. Problem with that, we already have a pet active, and it's like 40 minutes away, so nope. No point in really even killing that. Okay, let's take a red over. Get it with stat. Excuse me. Get it with stat, throw in furnace, and dead. Yep, no pet. Hey, we did get a arcane off it though, not really a useful one. But then again, technically all arcanes aren't useful arcanes. How's leaderboard doing as well? Pretty sure I'm not trying for it. But, we're kind of in range. I've been playing the beta too much this week to really get on leaderboard. And we're already so far behind. But I'm probably not going to bother for it. It's not that big a difference. If anything, it actually helps speed up getting all the ultra rares done. Though obviously epic ingots would be better overall, but still. Come on, Vault Key! No. I don't even know if they can drop Vault Keys during the not Vault event. I know the normal treasure gnome can. I don't know if the pet one can. There we go. Let's go take the blue over. Get this onto his instant kill just in case he feels like using it. And dead. Aw, he would get the rebirth. At least he didn't transform back into another Dragon Soul. That's always the worst. I've only seen it happen once, but hopefully we never see it again. Because it's very annoying. Actually, we might have seen it twice, but it's been a very few times. It hasn't been more than 3, I know that. Catsif. Or not Catsif, whatever he's called. Catsif is what the pet is called, right? Or Sif Kit, or what? I actually forget what it's called now. No, this guy's called Catsif. Wait, what was the other one called then? Kit Sith, I think it was, or something. I forget now. The pet that was this Wednesday. The one for Bright Forest. Yeah, I'll take Skull, why not? Grab that. Take purple down. Take another purple. Do we have a gnome event on now? No, there's currently no gnome event. Gnome event is, actually I don't even know when the next gnome event is. I think it's another 5 weeks from now, I want to say. There's nowhere in game where it actually indicates how long it is. I'm pretty sure the spoiler thread has it. Let me double check. Next gnome event is... though it could change. Let's see. It doesn't even say. I guess it does. It's just that far away. Is it seriously that far away? That is a very, very, very far amount of time. If that's the case. If I'm reading this correctly, wow. Next vault event is until September 8th. Is next vault event. So basically 1 month from now. Okay, never mind. That makes sense. This seems a lot longer because of how it's set up, the page. But yeah, it's actually 1 month from now is the next vault event. September 8th is most likely when it's going to be. Okay, we'll go take the red. Actually, I should probably just be taking skulls. He's just going to keep getting distracted off them anyways. Move that back over, and there we go. If anyone still has any other questions or anything you want me to go over, just let me know. We'll have another redeem code a little bit later on as well. Actually, the one below is probably already used up by now, but we'll have another one in a bit. Is Knight worth the grind? No. Knight is not worth the grind. It's one of the worst hero classes in the entire game. The main reason we're doing it now is mainly just so we can show what it looks like upgraded for Thursday's video. And because we have to do it eventually, so we might as well do it now. I'll probably be doing the class event for it too, just to gain even more EXP. And also because we need more orbs. We always need more orbs, though. Also, thank you, Atitian, or wait, Antitian? Atitian. Thank you for your subscribe. Much appreciated. Okay, what else do we need to move around? I think we'll leave it as is. Go for, like, we'll do it on Ubistet, why not? Get that down. Get, like, an Infernus or something going. We should be able to get 2 brown off that. If we don't, there's a problem. Infernus, no, don't do it. Don't do it. Ubistet, don't you do it either. What are you doing? Oh, wait. Oh, nice. He survived off of, Savior when a, random ally gains a barrier when a thing dies. Yeah, that's actually pretty convenient. Very rarely does that come into play, but as you can see, it's, pretty nice at countering Ubistet, if nothing else. One good thing this hero class can do. I believe any, hero class with guard tree has that, where it gains barrier whenever an ally dies to a random ally. And it's one of the best things any hero class has that counters Ubistet, oddly enough. Of course, this hero class still overall is ridiculously weak, but at least it has that going for it. Go over 4.0? I cannot, unfortunately. If I could, I would. But yeah, I'll see if she'll let me stream it in the near future. There's still definitely bugs in it. That's pretty evident, so probably not within the next week. But yeah, hopefully later next week or like next weekend would be amazing if I could actually stream it. Let's see. We'll throw the hit down. I think it depends heavily when she's going to be doing her stream. But the problem is she's probably doing her stream 2 Mondays from now. Which at that point, the patch is pretty much already going to be here. Yeah, we'll go take purple down, grab all that, move that over, throw in Furnace, go from there. What else do we need? Go grab the reds down. Go throw in a Furnace, get an Ubistet on whatever is alive. If he lets us. Yeah, we'll go for Skull Spam, why not? Should be able to get 2 kills secured here. And, oh no, the problem in doing that, I could have just Ubistetted him. We could have already won. Forgot. But there it goes. Ta! If I got $1 every single time someone asked me about 4.0, I could probably retire. Probably. Okay, we'll go and take red. Yeah, I'm pretty hyped for it. Should be a decent amount of fun. that over. Run furnace down. And I know, when she says we could stream tomorrow, I actually had a feeling she was going to do that too, when she ended up mentioning that. I will go through in furnace. Go move red down. And that'll be that. Just need to get a hoopstead on him. No, you did not just summon that. Luckily, it's still in kill range. No, stop summoning him! Oh, I hate hero summons so much. So much. It's the worst thing they did with hero classes. Okay, that dies. It's fine. Take red down. Get a furnace at it. And what else do we need? So we'll grab that. Grab a red over there. And dead. How would you be able to get beta stuff for Gems of War? Do you have to request it or something? Or do they contact you about it? They take recruits around the time when they end up releasing a beta. They end up doing that about a week ago, like last Monday. Like not this week's Monday, but previous week's Monday. I believe they ended up grabbing people for that. Oh wait, or was it this week's Monday? Never mind, I think it actually was this week's Monday. But basically like a week ago or so. But yeah, you would need to contact Salty on that. They're mainly looking at the moment for people that can actually speak multiple languages. So if you're someone that can do that, that'd be something that'd be helpful. But do keep in mind, they're not currently looking for anyone more at the moment. It'll be another like 2 months before they're looking for more people for beta testing. Because they're pretty much already done with the beta testing this time around. I think it'll probably go on for like another 5 days or so. Is it worth ascending Legendary to Mythic? Yes, it's always worth it. And yes, the star bonus is always significant. One of the whole point of this game is to constantly keep working towards the star bonuses. Yeah, eventually you should be trying to get every single piece of content to max slowly over time. And that includes things like Legends and Mythics. These Kingdom Stars do help out a lot. It gives a lot more resources per hour, per day, as well as just extra stats, which helps with everything. Okay, this could be bad. What's he doing? Stop your turn! Stop it! There we go. What else do we need to take here? So let's go think this out. I guess we start with that. Sure, why not? Take that, take that. Throw in Furnace, throw Ubistek, go from there. Please, extra turn. Nice. Okay, we can work with that. Do we Divine right now? I think we do. This will pretty much kill out Hero, or it will kill out Hero. That works. And okay, we won at this point. We just Ubistek, and then actually we'll Skull Spam before it gets to. And then we just kill it with Ubistek, and that's the match. Oh, that's a turnaround. From like almost losing on that turn to this instant winning. Yep, not the one I want to do. Let's do that one. Oh, no worries. It gets a lot easier later on to upgrade stuff. Best thing you should be doing at the moment is make sure you get level 10 All Kingdom. Is one of the most important things to do initially. Once you get to that point, it becomes a lot easier to get into a better guild. And once you get into a better guild with a really high gold requirement or whatever you can do per week, basically the highest you're capable of doing every single week, whatever that ends up being, is the kind of guild you should find a requirement of. So either 100,000 or 300,000, 500,000, whatever that might be, a million, 2 million. You generally want to find a guild with however much gold you're gaining per week. And you'd gain a lot of free resources from that. Because the guild would most likely be around 20,000 or 40,000 seals, ideally more towards 40,000 if possible. It would probably be getting every single guild task completed, which is really important. Use a lot of resources and stuff like that. Though, of course, if you're playing slightly more casually, it'll take a little while before you actually get into a guild like that. And depending on how much you actually do per week, you may never actually be able to get into a guild like that. So it's still fine to do something like a 100,000 guild requirement. As long as the entire guild is active, that's one of the most important things. Like, there's still a lot of guilds that are still really decent as far as their contributions and stuff, just because everyone in there is active. But you don't want to be in a guild where like half the guild is just empty or inactive. But yeah, once you reach like the level 500 plus range, 1000 plus range, you start getting a lot more resources from PvP too, like gold wise and such. Plus you have the team compositions to actually destroy them really easily. As well as by that point, once you have like 10-star kingdom and just a decent amount of troops by that late in the game, a little bit past mid-game, you'd basically be able to take out any piece of content in the game, like guild wars, raids, invasions, everything. So grab that, throw in furnace, go from there. Get a little hit on you. No extra turn, but we can just kill off in furnace. Yeah, everything I'm getting from guild is basically like these gigantic stacks we have. Of course, they accumulate slowly over time, but still. Like, all of our gems are for free from guild. I haven't spent money on gems for like 2.5 years on this game. It's been like 2.5 years since I've bought in a single gem. All of it's just coming from guild, or maybe not all of it. About 80% of that stack is from guild, I want to say. Maybe 75%. Actually, a lot of it's coming from tributes too, but okay, maybe like 50% of that's actually from guild. But like all these keys are 100% from guild, essentially, or almost 100%. Like 46 of these each week is from rank 1 PvP thingy and a few other locations. But most of this is from the guild itself. And it does accumulate over time to be quite a bit of resources. Okay, let's go for this one. What on earth is that team? 3 Mad Prophets, which you can only ever cast 1 of, which is kind of weird that he would have 3. I guess he's just deliberately making his team weak, but then why not do sacrifices or fire bombs or literally anything other than a team? I don't think we've seen anyone use this for ages. This troop, the premise of that troop could have a lot of potential if they lower its mana cost by a lot. Or give it a better magic buff. It's only a +5 magic, which these days is actually relatively small. Unless you're like really early game. Though it is a common after all. Yep, let me not do that. Good oh wait, you know what? Actually, yes, we do it. Come on, click. If it'll click. Move that, move that. Can we get one more of them? I don't think we can. Oh, yes, we can. We get it for free turn as well. And that's match. You're burning your glory, buying every week the arcane trait stones that come in. Let's see, I lost track of where I was reading. Arcane trait stones that come in with the new troop on Monday. With that, you can trait all of your troops with these specific trait stones. Yeah, that's what I was using, doing a good majority of the time when I still needed trait stones. Of course, we don't do it anymore because we already maxed everything. But yeah, that's a decent strategy to do. It saves a lot of time of having to go out of your way to explore farm, that's for sure. Okay, we'll go take the blue to red. Get a furnace going. Also, good morning, Anthony. Welcome. Alright, we'll go take the red down, get a skill poke. That'll give us Ubistet. Go for some purple. Get the Ubistet down. We just have to deal with his Ubistet, which I don't think gets killed. Good. I'm gonna go throw a poke on you. Now bring it into range. Go and furnace with some. He'll go do other stuff. Throw him down again. And he'll die to something. Yep, we'll die to that apparently. Okay, easiest way to win from here, I guess, take yellow over. Ideally bait him into skull. Problem is he gains a lot of colors I don't need, but hopefully he'll leave it here then because of that. Okay, yes, we can just go for skull and down he goes. That was almost a lose, but there we go. Very close. Now we're almost at 20k rating. So that doesn't make too big of a difference. Ooh, fire bombs or... Oh, we'll take this one. It's using, what's his name? Which actually I think will make it easier to kill. It's using, Queen Aurora. Actually, interesting. It's Wow, that's actually a weird way of putting it, that team. I guess it works. I don't think I've ever actually seen someone use it exactly like that. Okay, can we not get Doomskull? Apparently not. I think Ubistet's in range. We'll find out in a moment. Come on, enough damage. This is. So that was not the 2 I thought it would hit. Thought it would hit the first 2. Apparently not. Durability was slightly different. I'll go take a skull into apparently more skull. And all we have to do now is like skull into Infernus, and that'll be it. Actually, even Protector could have killed it. Your main account is almost 1,200, and it's been a while since you started a new account. Yeah, I've started about, gosh, how many accounts did I start? Like a dozen at this point? I think we're about at a dozen. There's only about 5 of them that I really play to any like real extent. But yeah, we'll be starting another one very soon. It's there's so many of them, countless number. But yeah, we'll see how it goes with the next one. Next one will be interesting because we do, of course, have the whole new game mode and Underworld and all that stuff coming in. It'll be interesting how we can utilize Soulforge too. We got to use that the previous time. Obviously, the first thing I did with it was craft Dragon Soul, is what I end up doing on my other account. It's always interesting to see when you build a new account, like what on earth you get, because you can get like you have to use some really weird teams like the first week you start a new account. Like teams you'd probably have never used before ever, just because you have so little options. And also, one nice thing about new accounts too is, well, for one, you're in arena a lot, but other than that, trigger maps actually feel really rewarding on new accounts because they're actually really well balanced for that low in the game. Problem is they're horrifically bad this late in the game because they don't upscale at all to the higher rates that you're able to get this late. Let's see. Take a rope over. Get Infernus down. Go move the Browns. Get a nice hit somewheres. Get that right there. Also, the current guild that my account is in, I'm probably going to my other Let's Play account. I'm probably going to put my new Let's Play account in there. It's a pretty casual guild, but it's a active casual guild. Normally, I don't like doing that because it seems a little cheaty to kind of put it into a semi-okay guild. But there's like level 20s in there, so I don't feel as bad because there are actual new, legitimate new players in there. It's not always ridiculously easy for new players to find those really good established starting guilds. They do exist. Gems of War Forum would be the easiest way to find them. It's just most people, obviously, as a newer player, wouldn't bother doing that. What do I need to move? We'll go take red. Furnace. Okay, you got double barrier there. Let's go throw it onto that one. Get a nice little hit down. That'll get rid of the other barrier. And ideally we'd get Ubiste here. Don't really have the mana for it though. Do we not even have any way to take... Oh yeah, we can take that. Okay, Infernus is not enough. That we know. So let's move that down, and now it'll be enough. And then it goes off the skull, and even if it didn't, it would have died to burn. Well, we'll take the firebomb. I should probably just be taking the firebomb every time if we see one. It's because everything else is so annoying. Just ignore the revenges. They'll come back eventually. It's not like you lose the chance to take the revenge if you don't take it. You just have to wait till it pops up again. It'll still be there the next time. And once you take a revenge, it won't be there anymore, so... but if you don't take it, it'll still linger until you do. There we go. Oh, Firebomb on 3 trophy, even better. Don't even need to take a weaker battle. There we go, move that over. Take the blue, take brown. Oh, what else do we need to go do? Take a purple. If anyone still has any other questions or anything you want me to go over, just let me know. I will have the other redeem code hopefully soon. We'll be giving out next gnome or next treasure gnome that we find. Or, you know, I mean pet gnome or treasure gnome, I mean. I just called both of them a gnome. Anyways, well, technically they both are gnomes. I'll go take yellow over. Grab like a furnace or something. Oh, never mind, he's already dead. He's dying too quickly on us. Okay, oh, what are you using? Oh, that's a weird team. Oh, that's the old meta. Oh, that was fun when that was a team. This was back when Mechanist hero class was used like crazy. I don't know why it's using it with Bard. Maybe it's explore farming right now. You might have seen the old videos we had. Yeah, that's old meta right there. Like, gosh, what version was that? I want to say like 3.2. Firebomb was really popular the first few months it came out. Then died off like crazy. Mainly because stats started to get too high relative to what it was capable of doing. It's only really good against low stat stuff for clearing them quickly. And not like excessively low, like Explorer, but you know, like mid-range hero level stuff, or you know, actual player-owned stuff. So like, for example, a team like this one, ignoring the fact that they're fire bombs, it would end up taken out pretty easily. Actually, while we're here, let's go take out the fire bombs. Okay, so we'll go grab that. Move the brown over. Take much more purple. Just go out of it. Take another purple. He dies to burn. Withdraw in furnace. Never mind. Okay, I guess we'll still go for it. Never mind. Okay, wow. Okay, he's just gonna kill out his whole team in one turn. I'll take it. That is fine by me. Oh, sorry. What was your question about Scorpius? Let's see. Would Scorpius be broken if he wasn't single cast? Yes. He probably would be. Because you could double kill if the entire enemy team could be poisoned. Which means you would only need to ever cast him twice. And almost every single time you would definitively just clear the entire team. If they raised his mana cost slightly, I think it would be fine. Like to about 30 or so. It's not that much of an increase, but it'd be enough to make it harder. That it probably would deter people from doing something like that. But, yeah, I don't think it would be too overpowered. Ketris already does similar for 22 mana. The biggest issue with him, though, is he's obligated to keep high stats. Whereas, the only thing that Scorpius would need to keep is poison on the enemy. But one of the reasons he's like that is because it just works thematically with Drifting Sands. Drifting Sands was supposed to be the whole, you cast once kingdom and that's it. I wish they would have expanded on that a little bit more. It's a mechanic that is pretty underused within this game. There's several mechanics in this game that are pretty underused that I really wish they would add more content for. The two main ones I would say are movement-related troops that move around your team or move around the enemy team. There are so few options, and very, very few of them are actually viable. And the other mechanic is single cast. Drifting Sands is the kingdom that has the most amount of them, and that's why Scorpius has single cast to begin with. That's kind of the whole kingdom theme of Drifting Sands. Is they only get to move, they only get to do their really high impact move once, and that's it. So if we had to go into Drifting Sands, like 1/3 the kingdom I believe is single cast, which is more than any other kingdom in the game. I think most other kingdoms have one at most. If even that. There's only like, I think there's only like 4 or 5 kingdoms that even have any. And Drifting Sands is like 4 or 5. But yeah, there's, let's see. There's a way to search for single cast, isn't there? Spell effect. I know it's in here somewhere. One-shot spells. There it is. So there's 5 within this kingdom. Hey, we have enough to go max this guy. Actually, we have exactly enough to go max him. That's funny. We need 51 copies to max him, and that's how many we have. But yeah, there's 5 within this kingdom. Great Maul, which is probably the most noteworthy troop in the entire game that has single cast. It has a 100% chance to devour an enemy of choice, and then creates 8 brown and 8 yellow. And obviously can only be cast once. All of these can only be cast once. There's Mad Prophet, which is basically useless unless you're like a really new player. There's Rock, which similarly is useless unless you're a really new player or you're doing it in Arena. It's actually not too bad in Arena because it just gains so much stats. Not that exactly that many stats, but still a really hefty amount of stats. Sand Scrutler, you would never really bother using for much. It gains a ridiculous amount of HP and armor, but it only does that once, and that's all it really does, and there's really no point of using it. Even with a Black Beast or something, it's not worth using, so it's kind of out of place. And Scorpius, of course, is the double instant kill if they're poisoned, or just a ridiculously high amount of damage if they're not. And, yeah, that's basically all he does. That, and he's impervious, plus, he has the +1 brown to all, +1 stats to all brown per turn, which is pretty convenient, but very rarely is he actually used just for that. And there aren't too many teams you can build to really synergize them properly. There might be in the future, but at the moment it's a little clunky to use, especially since it's only single cast, of course. But, yeah, I wish they would expand on that mechanic. It's definitely one worth expanding onto. If we go check actually all one-shots in the game, if we go and check this, I think there's only 8, 9, 10. It's a pretty small amount. One-shot spells. Yeah, there's only 7 in the entire game. 5 of them are in Drifting Sands. The only other 2 is Dwarven Slayer, which is basically just one gigantic high-impact spell. It says he's died gloriously, yeah, he doesn't even give you glory, unfortunately. And Tsarian, which basically has an infinite gem spam. Or not infinite gem spam, but you know, you only can cast it once, but it can do any amount based on magic that he has. And then he gives some allies a little bit of magic. Yeah, those are the only ones. There's not that many. Same as movement. There's like 10 of them or so, and that's it. So now it's getting cold again. The temperature in this house has 2 degrees. Way too warm and way too cold. Let's see. There, move that over. Take all the purple. Get an furnace down. Let's get rid of Mang just in case. You never know. And we'll throw it down again. And then Ubistet to kill whatever's left. And down it goes. The team you used for the Cat Sith event, Mang, Apothecary, Dragon, Oni, and Monk, and Skeleton, it serves for any pet, you think? Yes, it would serve for any pet. You could use that for any pet battle if you really needed to. It's not the absolute best team that you could use, but it's definitely a team if you don't have any current teams that work for it. There's actually a really great troop coming in next patch. Well, several of them from the New Kingdom that are going to be pretty useful. There we go, take that, throw a Infernus into Ubistet. And dead. It could be worse. Cardboard boxes have no heat or air. Let's see. We'll move that over. Let's firebomb 3 times. And we'll get some kind of high impact for his hero. I'm actually going to wait on that cast. Actually, you know what? I'm not going to wait on that cast. Because now we can just Ubistet him and then that's match. No! He did not just summon Bandit. Luckily, he didn't keep summoning bandits. Oh, there goes my gold. Only 4 of it, though. I don't know why it only steals 4 instead of all of it. It's supposed to steal 26, yet it only steals 4. It's weird. I don't know why it's like that. I never actually tested to see if it does the same thing for the enemy as well. I just know from the player it only steals 4 for whatever reason, regardless of what the number says. Which might be the amount of magic it has. Maybe it's just not counting its magic. Or not the, I mean its base value. It might just be stealing its base value and not adding the actual magic aspect to it. Oh, he's got a gnome. You know what that means? Code time! Hopefully he drops something good. No, we'll go take a red. Oops, I just gave him greens. Oh no! Not if we don't get him! Oh no! No, don't you dare get away. We got this, I think. Let's see. Oh no. Oh no, that's fine. Oops, dead. There we go. That was almost escaped. 500 souls. It's better than 100 souls, but it's still pretty pitiful. Anyways, let's go give out a code. Code time. See how long this lasts. Probably not long. Okay, let's go and do this. Also, after this, I'll go show the spoiler again. There's not much I could really say about it, unfortunately, but I will go show it again for any of you that may not have seen it at the beginning there. Let's go save that, put that there, put this in the chat, make sure it actually works. Boom, boom. And does it work? The answer is yes. Okay, let's click refresh. Move this over. Copy paste that there. Copy paste this below me and go from there. Okay, so redeem code. Replace that out. Boom. I love bread, apparently. Let's see. Move that more towards center. Click OK. And let's go move this other thing into chat. Copy all of that. And there you guys go. There is the redeem code. For any of you that want to go use it, use on gemsofwar.com underneath the game code section. Your invite code can be found underneath your settings menu. And the redeem code can obviously be said or seen right there, as well as just copy paste it from chat if you just want to do it that way. And you get the same reward as always: 2 treasure maps, 1 gem key, 200 souls, and 2,500 gold. And it's usable on every platform except for the console versions. And from the key, we get ourselves a nothing. Actually, I think I still need more copies of it. Nope, I even need more copies of it. Useless. Unfortunate. But you never know. Also, let me go over the spoiler image real quick. And also, if you guys been enjoying the stream, please feel free to leave a like. Really helps out a lot. Would appreciate it. Let me see. Spoilers. So, where's the interface for it? Let me go bring that back up. And let me go bring this up as well. The actual spoiler thingy. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Window capture. Where'd you go? There it is. Okay. So, window capture. 4.0 sneak peek. We have ourselves the factions. Factions are the center of activity in the Underworld. Underworld, of course, is the new area that's going to be added to the game that is below, well, Crystara. And it's going to have these things called factions. And basically, they're like, kind of like kingdoms, kind of not like kingdoms. They're basically the Underworld's equivalent of what a kingdom is. They still have the little normal quest line, or at least a really short version of one, I should say. So they still have that. Delving, of course, is that one from the other spoiler we end up getting, which basically shows us, or it's basically going to be a game mode where you're doing like a dungeon crawling thing, and you have a bunch of battles that you need to go do, and you get a bunch of rewards for it. And other than that, there's the portals that apparently have troops and treasure in them. And then there's the horde that you just put all your treasure into. And then there's the faction info, which just has those 2 numbers there indicating how far your progress is on the kingdom. Basically just like how a kingdom stars are, except not kingdom stars, a completely different system that's unique to the Underworld factions. But yeah, that's basically it. I can't go into more detail on them, unfortunately. There's actually a lot more information to really say on all 4 of them. But unfortunately I cannot. But yeah, it's basically the Underworld's version of kingdoms, essentially, is long story short of what factions are. But yeah, that's the current spoilers we have. Once we have more, I will say more. Or once I'm allowed to say more, we'll say more. But yeah, anyways, let's go back to PvP. We already did our code. We don't currently have a pet active. Actually, we do, never mind, but we already did it. And let's go back to PvP and continue the night grind and ingot grind. Okay, we'll go and do the red over. Take another red. Do you think the faction option is cool? It's a nice twist onto kingdoms. They're definitely more unique than what a kingdom would be. Well, actually, I don't know. They're less lore-based, but they still have like the thematic theme to them, like all kingdoms do, as well as to a degree, there's more to do in them, kind of, question mark. It depends what you consider more. But it's a quite unique twist on to kingdoms without actually being kingdoms. Some things about them is pretty questionable, but overall it's a nice change of pace. Oh no, the Underworld I don't believe actually has the new kingdom in it. I believe the Underworld is exclusive only to factions. I believe the Sin Kingdom that we know about that's going to be coming on the 24th, or supposedly the 24th. I don't believe that's actually in the Underworld itself. I believe they're putting it somewhere in the Overworld. I have no clue where, because it's actually obviously not on the beta. But yeah, I assume it's in that little area all the way to the left there, like that little hole that you see over here. I assume it's over here. Though it's obviously a sin thing, or whatever the thing said, sin of something. So it could be over here in these mountains. I don't know where else they would put it. There's like the only two locations. It's either going to be like probably there or right in that empty spot where it looks like a kingdom should be. But yeah, we'll see. There's actually a lot of fun stuff coming in next kingdom though. Hello Victor, welcome. Okay, what do we need here? I guess we'll just take a red down. Let him have a skull. Oh, never mind. He's using fire bombs. Why do I keep trying on firebomb battles? All I gotta do is just basically keep skipping our turn. And not give him extra turns or skulls. And then we superstead him. I unfortunately cannot add him. Though to a degree I already did say what the answer to that is. But I cannot say it. Technically, Salty said the answer to it as well. So to a degree, I might be able to say it, but she said it on accident. We'll go take the yellows. Take the other yellow. Run Furnace down. And yellow. Okay, what else do we need to move around? Take a green. What were her words? I forget exactly what she said. But she did pretty much say what it was. So I guess to a degree I could actually say what it is then. But just in case I won't until probably next Monday. Because she's going to get asked with a lot of questions. So we'll see how many things she gives away. If someone had a link to Salty's stream, I have no clue at what point in the stream she said it. It's like an hour and a half long stream. It's gonna take you a while to actually try to find where on earth she said it in her stream. Let's see. We'll go take the purple over. I'm such a tease. Well, I would say all of it if I could, but I'm not allowed to. The second I can, I will. And hopefully we'll be able to say more on Tuesday, most likely. Yeah, no, if you have questions, go get them all for Salty. Like, she's the one who can actually answer them, so. And whatever she says, I can say on the following stream. Okay, we'll go and take green, get purple. And just run Furnace down. Oh, I just realized what his team is. What on earth is that team? I don't think I've ever seen someone use 4 of her before. That is really annoying. Let's go die to burn. Go for another hit. Get a Furnace in there. And let's die to burn. Yeah, I would not be able to do that. Siplom definitely can't. Yeah, we'll go take all the greens over. Grab herself a purple. Grab the yellow and get this skull. Furnace it. And that's about it. Go throw the hit in there just so he goes down. And we just wait till he firebombs twice. Firebomb 1 and firebomb 2. Yeah, a invisible video is technically not invisible, or an unlisted video. It just only works if you have the link. It's just not visible on YouTube, but it's still public. And private videos are impossible to actually view, like actual privated videos. Like even with the link, you wouldn't be able to see it. We'll go into this one. Am I going to open all my keys and record them just for fun? I asked Salty if I could. I'm still waiting for a response. So probably no. Because I don't know if they would want me doing that even if I could do it after the fact. Because I'd literally just be doing a bunch of resources with no consequences. But I don't think they would want me to do that, possibly. Which is why I'm asking her. But if I could, that'd be a lot of fun. We can throw down so many resources that we wouldn't normally be able to do. And actually record data for it or do other things that we... Oh, did he really just do that? Okay, I think we're back now. Okay, we're back. That was weird. It just connected and disconnected like 5 times in a row. But we're back now. It was only down for like, what, 30 seconds? That was weird. Who is Salty? Salty is the community manager for Gems of War. She also does some stuff for the game, but she mainly runs all the social media and everything for the game. Oh, we're gonna take that down. Grab all that yellow. Take red. Take, oh, we'll take a skull, why not? So he doesn't. Then we just Uberstead it and double kill. Due to the skull we took earlier. Well, she does work on the game to some extent, I believe. I forget exactly what she does for it, though. But I know her main role is community manager and PR and stuff like that. And she runs all the social media for the game. All the posts that are drawn to go to the forum she does and stuff like that. Okay, we'll go into firebombs. Not even dragon, just go straight into firebombs every single time. If it's easy enough, we might as well go for it. It's we tested it. It takes about, on average, about 30 seconds per firebomb battle. Could be even quicker than that, but approximately 30 seconds. Oops, I did that so he wouldn't get an extra turn. And now I just wasted so much more time. And down it goes. Yeah, she's a hyperactive coffee drinker. Yeah, I never actually drank coffee, ever. It's probably one of the reasons why I'm always so tired. No. But we'll go and take Skull over. Get Nuba sit down. We get Infernus down. Don't summon, what are you doing? I always found him funny that he's a summon that summons a summon. We still don't have a summon that summons a summon that summons a summon yet, though. Which would be very funny. Just for fun. They need to do that eventually just to troll people. They would have to add a lot of troops for that, though. You would need to have 4 troops to do that. A summon that summons a summon that summons a summon. Or they could add it to Dolkifer. They can have something that summons Dolkifer. Oh, that would be great. That's what we need. We need a troop that summons Dolkifer. That then summons a giant spider. That then summons a normal spider. That'd be too perfect. So yeah, like a legend or a mythic. Have that thing to summon Dolkifer. Then Dolkifer will summon the giant spider. Then giant spider will summon the spider. And we got another gnome. No more codes though. I think the one below is actually still active. I don't know for sure, but hopefully it is. We'll go throw our furnace down. Hopefully we get like a vault key or something good, or anything that's of value. We got 3 event keys the other day, which is pretty close to a vault key. That's about the best you could do without it, or literally the best you could do without getting a vault key. There isn't anything higher other than the vault key itself, because that comes out to 42 to 45 gems, depending on how you look at it. 3 event keys, that is. Let's see. Oh, we got a pet. That wasn't from us, though. Oh! Hey, that's exactly what I was just talking about. That's his best drop that isn't a vault key. That's pretty nice. Yeah, that's 42 gems, approximately. Obviously, we don't actually get 42 gems, but it's 42 less gems we'll have to spend sometime in the future. So it's technically like getting 42 gems. It's just it's restricted only to event keys. Anyways, let's go do the pet. I don't believe we maxed this one out yet, did we? Yes, we have. Why do we keep getting pets we've already maxed? Oh, well, I'm still going to do it for EXP, and because, who knows, we might need more copies in the future. Alright, we'll go take brown down, take purple over, throw in furnace, pretty much one-shot the entire team with that. Well, not exactly, but then we go with that, and then it goes. Yeah, Fairish Rob will hopefully come into the drop table again in about another 2 weeks or so. Oh, did I miss some from Adam? My bad. Let's see. Where are they? I don't see any. What is the purpose of Orb of Clans? And is it any good? It gives you guild seals, and you basically use it to increase your guild seal total so that you can actually get it to either 20,000 or 40,000, ideally 40,000. But, yeah, basically it gives you guild seals, and those seals count towards your limit of your guild chest. Also, best troop to use on an Orb of Ascension, basically any legend in the game. By legend, I mean Ascended or base legend, either or. But whatever thing you currently have at legend, either because you ascended it that far or at its current rarity, you'd want to use it from a legend to mythic and get it to that upgrade. You wouldn't want to use it on anything lesser than that. And as far as which one's the best, it's basically whatever you're currently using at the time. Yeah, the Orb of Clans things, what that is used for is if you go over to Guild and you go over to Guild, click that twice, and you go over to the seal page. There's this page right here, and it shows your weekly amount of seals, your Guild weekly seals, and then this thing over here. This, you'd want to make sure you have 1,500 before you use an orb, because if you use an orb prior to that, it's just going to be wasted. So make sure you have 1,500 before you ever use an orb, one of these Orb of Clans. But basically what they do is, actually that doesn't show it, it just shows the amount, but this gives 300 guild seals and this gives 1,500. It counts towards this total, and it doesn't count towards your total here as long as you do it after you have 1,500. So definitely make sure to get 1.5k before you do. But it will increase this number right here. This has a cap of 40,000, but if you get it to 10,000, it basically counts as a little bit less than a glory key. Then at 20,000, it's basically like a glory key. And at 40,000, it's basically like a gem key. And this is whenever you actually go and use them. So, of course, it gives you those seals, too. So you either get 300 or 1,500. And you use them 20 at a time to end up opening guild chests, which is these things over here. And, yeah, that's what those are for. And the drop table, of course, is based on how many seals your guild has. And obviously, you want to use those later in the week when your guild has reached 20,000 or 40,000. And Orb of Clans are mainly to save them up and use them to push towards 40,000 or 20,000. More so to 40,000 when your guild isn't there yet. So you could like coordinate on your guild like maybe once a month to like throw all of your orbs at a given time. If your guild gets kind of close to 40,000 but not actually reaching it, you could just coordinate like that and then get it occasionally. Okay, let's see. We'll go get a poke on... we'll get rid of Divinia. Get that down. Take another red. Grab a furnace. Actually, let's Ubis that first. And then we infurnace that. Hopefully he won't out-infurnace us. Whose infurnace is better? Apparently, we're right back to 2 versus 2. And a smash. Luckily, that wasn't him getting that. Or else we could have lost. Hey, there we go, another level. What was that, 58? Couldn't actually see. I believe that was 58. Oh, it's slowly... Oh, no, it's 56. Ah, my eyes deceived me. Still got a ways to go, then. We'll probably hit around 60 by the end of today, hopefully. And we'll see how things go from there. Alright, we'll take yellow over. Take the green and then go into another yellow or something. Sure, we'll take that one for free. Go for a nice furnace in there. A nice little hit. Oops, dead. Go into fire bombs. Yeah, it'll feel weird because we're almost going to be, yeah, we're definitely going to be by up to epics by next patch. Probably even by the end of next week. So it's one whole less thing we'll need to worry about as far as ingots are concerned. We're still going to eventually have to worry about all the other three, though. Obviously, mythics are going to take forever and a half. I don't know if we're ever actually going to get that completed. Okay, I'll go into this one. Oh, he put the Dawnbringer in there. Why must they do that? Why you gotta be like that? Yeah, we'll take the red, take the purple. Throw in a furnace at it. Let him firebomb and hopefully throw another furnace at her or something. Actually, let me just take a skull. We'll take that down. He'll hopefully skull. No! Okay, we're gonna take that skull because you didn't. And then we throw that at you, and then you go down. That's what you get for not taking a skull. Could have won the previous turn if you did. Not that big a deal, though. Suna. I guess we'll go for it. It can be sometimes annoying, but more often than not, it's pretty easy to deal with. I think they had something like 30 beta testers this time around from the community. It's quite a lot this time compared to normal. Because they don't normally kick anyone from the beta testing unless they decide they don't want to do it. And even if they decide they don't want to do it, they still, like, they're still, like, unless they manually opt out of it, like, they're gonna stay in it. Yeah, they basically just keep accumulating more and more people for it. Before we know it, they'll probably have like 100 people for it or something. Can you end your turn? There you go. Let's throw in a furnace down. Stop summoning. I think we lost. What do we need? Go grab purple over. Use fairy fire on us as well. We'll take that. Take a skull so it goes down. One less thing to hit. Really? Can you stop summoning golems? We would already won if we didn't summon all these golems. And I think we actually just died a double golem. We're seriously about to die to double summon golem. Yep. And then he does another one. We just died to double summon golem. We would have won otherwise. Amazing. Oh well. On to the next one. What do we have? I hate summons so much. It's mainly just those two though. Bandits and that one that triggers when it takes damage are the two really annoying ones. What is my source of barrier? It's the hero. We have two traits that is doing it. We're starting battle with a barrier, and we're gaining a barrier every single time an ally dies. But that's where our barriers are coming from. It's all from Knight Hero class. It's from the Guardian tree, or Guard tree, whatever it's called. It's that one with a shield on it. Out of every tree this hero class has, is actually the one pretty useful one. Okay, let's go take the blue down. Grab our red. Get that at it, and go from there. Yeah, we'll take fire bombs. Or, I mean, not fire bombs, but whatever that is. I guess we'll go for it. Why not? Oi. Also, hello, Stardew. Welcome. we'll go take the yellow, take the red to yellow. Oops, I could extra turn the other one. Not too big a deal though. Get double kill off that, run furnace, almost dead off of that as well. And then we just need one more little follow up into it. Let's see. I'll just take the red over. Grab that. Take the purple. Run furnace. And I guess we go goblins. Might as well. Go for the harder battle. See how it goes. As long as they don't get up really quick, it's fine. Doesn't really get in the way of anything. They'll just go move, do his thing. I don't need to take any of that. Let's go right into Infernus. Get that down, get a free turn. Oh, never mind, no free turn. I will go do that on your summoner just so you don't summon. Just because you have way more HP. Go double kill off of this, and that will get rid of Fizz. If I left him a bunch of stuff. Take the yellow there. Get almost all of our mana, then Ubistet will be the Wape. And as long as he doesn't mana, never mind, we already get free turn, and perfect. He just goes down off of that. Oh, that went pretty easy that time around. If anyone still has any other questions or anything you want me to go over, let me know. And I'll make sure to do so. Get our yellow, get the red, take skull. And do we even bother casting? I don't think we do. Just let him do whatever here. And there should be enough to kill, or not. Really, 1 HP. And then it goes. The mighty 1 HP is all it needs to be very annoying. 4 pixies, what on earth is that team? All it does is fairy fire, which is pointless if you only had 1. But obviously, he's just doing that to give people free purples. Because the event objectives this week is to kill a bunch of purple troops in PvP or Explore. Whew. Yeah, I think I got like 3 hours of sleep last night. It happens sometimes. I don't know, I just get those nights where I just can't sleep. I just don't know why. But they happen. Let's see. Take the red. Hello, the Naturat. Welcome. What else do we need here? We'll go grab. I can't talk. We'll go grab Brown. A nice Ubistet in there. I guess we'll go for the skull. Don't get too much mana. What are you doing? Get that in there. It hit very high. Furnace actually going to kill it now. Oh, we can still win. Excuse me. We can still win it off of Ubistet at this point and dead. Do I remember your team with Guard's Wall? Guard's Wall. Trying to think of what that weapon even is again. Oh, it was that one red one. No, I don't remember. It was that one red weapon with 10 mana. I remember the weapon. I forget what the team was, though. Do I play any other mobile games? At the moment, no. I currently only do PC gaming at the moment. Because we're playing on the PC version right now. We'll probably be streaming Darkest Dungeon tomorrow, though. I feel like I haven't streamed it for a while now. It's been like, what, 2 weeks, 3 weeks? I've been so focused on getting everything from the most recent patch max, it's like, okay, kind of forgot about the other thing. Yeah, we will be getting back into that probably tomorrow. Start back into that a little bit more tomorrow. Try squeezing in when we can. Let's see. I'll go for that one. Shouldn't be anything too annoying. Lady Ornarial can be as annoying as Divinia sometimes, but Divinia is way more consistent. And they both have that immune to mana drain aspect going to them too. They could probably even be used on the same team eventually. Depends what gets added that would actually synergize with it. You changed it to Mang? That sounds pretty good. You don't know what banner to choose? Probably a... I'd probably just go +2 yellow and go all in Divinia. And you just mana generate off of that. You don't want to be taking too many reds because you need it for Divinia's explosion. You also need it for Inferno King alignment. Do you have this linked with your phone and play when you're out? Well, I'm very barely ever out. So, no. None at the moment. But it would really be ridiculously easy to do if I ever wanted to. But I normally don't bring my phone out if I do end up going out. Alright, we're going to take a red over. And then it goes. Going to fire bombs. Go grab all that mess. And what else do we need? Go take all that mess. Go into a Inferno King. Take the reds. Throw Ubistet and dead. You tried playing the game on Steam, but it kept crashing? What were you trying to play it on? Because I haven't had any issues with Gems of War really crashing in the past. Maybe on some of the older versions when it was a little bit more unstable, but these days it's been pretty good. Okay, let's get a Ubistit down. I think we just throw in Furnace in there. So we'll get that, and one more will do it. Very big Cascade. Unfortunately, none of that was an extra turn. But then it goes. I really wish they would make a 7x Cascade automatically extra turn for you. Or for whoever gets it. Because at that point, you pretty much already hit enough that you should be getting extra turn. If you get additional red from talent tree, should you remove red banner? What team were you referring to? Well, with the previous team, you should be going yellow banner, +2 yellow. But having it off the trait is fine. It's just you want to rush up Divinia and then just go from there. Whatever your main mana generator is, you almost always want to rush up first before anything else. That's applicable to every team in the game. Yeah, it's fine to talk in non-English in my chat. I don't mind people having conversation in any other language. I can't understand anything you're saying. But you're fine to talk in other languages here. Let's see. I'll go take a purple over. Take the other purple. Get a red. Can you please end your turn, Dragon Soul? He's gonna get... Oh, he's using Elma Grim Infinite Loop Team. Is he seriously about to actually get it on us? He almost did. Close. He tried. Didn't quite get there, though. Now we just have to deal with Infernus. We could actually still die to it. If it gets as lucky as it just did, we're pretty much dead already. I will try for that. Okay, good. We got our Infernus. I just need him not to win. There we go. We should be fine now. I just need this to extra turn. And it did not. We're in trouble. Luckily that got barriered, but that's not going to be enough to live off of. Nope, we're not going to live. Let's see. How do we do this? How do we do this? I think blue and try for double purple is our best bet. Take this blue over, try for double purple, and just hope we get insanely lucky. Didn't get it. Oh, we got double yellow. Ah, and they got the skull. Nope. He just killed us with infinite Element Grim loop. Pretty much the team I'm going to be using for tomorrow. I mean for today. Except slightly different. The Guild Wars team we're using is this one. Pretty much same premise of what he's using, except without Dragon Soul. And instead we have Hellcat. Yeah, same general premise. We'll take that, take that, take that, take that, throw Hellcat, go from there. Apparently we have no Hellcat, or at least no Hellcat alignment. There we go, we have it, but it's not going to really be that much, but still it's better than nothing. And now we just need to go get our mana up again and go from there. And just repeat the cycle. And from there we'll pretty much just auto-win. I did not have a drop for that, so we'll just go take it for a blue, which we don't actually use, but it will clear up some of the board some, if nothing else. So we're going to move that down. Do we have alignment on this Hellcat? Yes, we do. And I think it is worth going for, so we are going to do it. We'll do that, remove some board. I don't think we have a drop for that, so let's get Element Grim. Don't you dare miss. There we go, and now we just loop it. And it's pretty much what this team looks like. And what we'll be using for Guild War later today. And dead. It basically just loops forever once it gets going. Let's go switch back to the other one. What else do we need to move? We'll go take purple down. On your PC, the screen stuck for a few minutes. The music kept going. It's fine, though. You play it mainly mobile. Yeah, I think a good majority actually play it on mobile for the most part. They leaked in the past that their mobile platforms overall has more player base than the Steam platform. Okay, where do we go for from here? Let's go take yellow over. Take skull. Which would make sense. It is set up as a more like a mobile-like game. Go for the hit. And that's pretty much dead. We'll go for this and then try infernusing it. No! Don't you start! No! Stop it. I hate that so much. I almost feel like stunning them every single time if they're going to keep doing that. Just so they don't keep summoning. It's not like he's going to win because of it this time around, but it's still very annoying. Yeah, that's not too big a deal. It just wastes time. If you have anyone still has any other questions, let me know. We'll still be around for the next 50 minutes or so. Mainly just grinding out night for the hero class thingy this Thursday. Or next Thursday. Or, you know, next week's Thursday. Grab the purple. Take the other, grab red, take purple. Throw Infernus to Ubistet. And a smash off of whatever he does here. Doesn't even matter. Go down regardless. And whatever he does kills it. Okay, we got another gnome. It will slow down the battle some, but that's not really that big a deal because we get a gnome. I guess as long as we get our mana up for it, that'll be fine. So we'll do that, get that. And don't you dare evade this battle. Oh, okay, good. He dies to burn. That would have been not good. Oh, never mind. If he would have left, that would have been fine. 2 diamonds is pitiful. I still don't understand why they don't have 5 and 10 or 5 and 20 as the drops for the diamonds. 2 is just so pitiful. Okay, we'll go take purple. Take the other yellow. Go into Infernus. Get an Oobstead in there. Throw another Infernus. Any ideas on a Magnus plus Titania team? Wait, Magnus. Oh, well, you put the Magnus all the way in last. You put Titania in third. Are you using this for a Guild War day or just in general? If it's Guild Wars, then it would have to be Purple Guild War, which I assume is what you mean, given that you're asking it today, which is a Purple Guild War day. I don't know, do you want it to be pure purple? If not, you'd probably throw Divinia Yagway in there and just go that combo with it. If you are, then you'd probably want to go either Hellcat or Lord Ember in first slot, followed by one other troop to hold down the team, maybe even your hero, and then you can go Queen Titania, then Magnus would be the rest of the team. Recently, your game gets sometimes stuck when you try to access troop menu. Yes, it's been doing that a lot recently. I believe that's being fixed next patch. Yes, it happens after you do a lot of battles, and they are aware of it. They're fixing it, or in the process of fixing it. Not fully certain if that's actually going to be fixed by next patch, though, but hopefully it will be. Yeah, it's a very annoying glitch, and pretty much everyone has it. It has something to do with server lag from when you play for several battles. Like, if we go click back right now, it's going to lag 100%. As you can see, it's lagging right now. Same thing will happen if we try going to our troop menu. We've clicked the button, it's just not moving. It's like freezing the game and kind of just sitting there for a little while. Yeah, that should be fixed next patch. From what I've messed around with on the beta so far, I've yet to see it actually happen on the beta. Though I haven't tested extensively, but I'm pretty sure some other people already have. Anyways, let's go take our tribute. Did we get anything good? Come on, like a 12 tribute. Hey, exactly 12. Very nice. Okay. Well, let's go back to... If we go to troop menu, it should do the same lag. It'll take like 10 seconds before it actually goes there. As you can see, we already clicked the button. It just sits there forever. And lags like crazy. Yep. Hopefully that'll be fixed soon, though. Hopefully in a couple weeks. Yeah, sometimes it can take as much as a minute, as you can see right now. It's a bit annoying when it does happen. You got this, Gems of War. Go, go, go. Really? Well, there you go. But yeah, as you can see, it's pretty common. Game? Hello? Oh well, good time to take another sip. Actually, let me take some sips of water. I got a water here and didn't even bother opening it yet. Do I have a list of troops, skills, and traits somewhere? Do you remember by heart? What do you mean by that? I remember all of them by heart, as far as what every single troop has. Or most of them, at least the more relevant troops. I know like 80 to 90% of them, like exactly what all 3 traits are on every troop. Of about 80 to 90%. And the only ones I don't remember are generally the ones that are the most irrelevant. Okay, what was I going to do here? Nothing, I was just showing the lag. I came there just to show lag. But actually, while I'm here, let me go check hero. How much do we have till next level? Okay, almost there. But yeah, we've been playing this game for so long that I've kind of just had them all memorized at this point, for the most part. Traits have been out for almost like 2 years now, I believe. Come on, click. Please, click. Go, Infernus, go. At this point, I should just let it die. Oh well. There it goes. Tess is Russian too. I keep drinking vodka from the bottle. No. What are the 3 traits on what? That mistype. That'd be a fun little trivia thing. Like, have one of those things where you only have, like, 10 seconds, and then, like, put up a thing, and then see who gets it the quickest. You know, like answering the question. I said that really weirdly. But you know, like one of those question thingies where you have to go and answer your question as quickly as possible. What are the traits on Ice Goblin? Oh, why must you pick someone so hard? I know he has Shatter. I think that was his only relevant one. I don't normally use him. But I know he has Shatter, and that's like the only thing relevant on him. It's like Shatter, Insulated, and Goblin Bond or something. Okay, Goblin Bond sounds wrong, but it's definitely Shatter and Insulated. What else do we need? We will take purple over. Whatever the third one was irrelevant. And down we go, fail. Wait, let me actually go double check, because now I'm curious if that actually is what it is. But the Knight Hero, how good is it? It's one of the worst hero classes in the entire game. We're only leveling it because we need the XP for it. Okay, good. It didn't lag that hard that time. Let's see. Ice Goblin. Oh, it's Greedy. I got the other two right. I don't remember the useless ones. I only remember the relevant ones, which is Shatter and Insulated, like I mentioned. Okay, we'll go take red. Grab the yellow. Take the purple, throw in Furnace, go from there. Come on, click. 3 misclicks in a row. Would love to see the Knight class buffed. Oh yeah, they definitely need to buff a lot of different hero classes. Easiest way they could buff Knight is make his final trait do 2 armor to all Knights per turn. Similar to how Queen Jezebel does 2 HP to all humans per turn. Just make Knight do the, just make the Knight hero class do the exact same thing, just to Knights instead of humans. It's not like it's overpowered. The mechanic is literally in the game already. It's just for a different typing. Sorry, what was your question? I missed a couple questions then. But Captain, where is your question? Or are you just referring to that there is a question above? Is there a way to get more than 60 souls per battle? Yes. You'd have to use more necromancies, or you would have to use Fairish Ra. Cheapest way to do it is to use Warlock, which has 50% necromancy. And you can use multiple of them. He's the cheapest thing in the entire game that has necromancy. The next upgrade from there would be Azurus, and the next upgrade from there would be a ridiculously expensive Fairish Ra fully traded. But you won't have that for a while. With the Knight... Oh, never mind, I already answered the other question. And that was all of them? But yeah, if you guys still have any other questions, let me know if I missed any. How many times do you reckon you've played against the meta PvP team in a week? Oh gosh, in a single week? 200 times? 300 times? 500? I don't know, it depends how busy I am that week. I want to say about 200 is about how many times we play against the meta a week. Which is definitely annoying. It'll drive one insane. That's not that bad. But, yeah, it's a bit of annoying at the moment. It's because of how popular it is. Speaking of that, we'll be doing the best teams video for this patch soon. And Divinia is apparently one of them as well. I completely forgot she even came in this patch. She was actually the first thing that came in this patch. So she's probably going to be used for a lot of them. Normally when I do best teams video, I like to try to keep it only to new things that were added. Like teams that became available due to new content that came into the game. We're also probably going to switch our hero class several times. I'm not fully certain yet. Because technically one of the other things that came this patch was heroes, specifically, having their trees and everything. Because, you know, that just came in recently. Obviously, they didn't have all this stuff before this patch. But all that stuff is... there's a lot of teams that got created out of that. I don't know if I'll actually be showing them the best teams video or just be doing it on its own kind of little video thingy. I'm not sure. Because it'll burn through a lot of gems if we actually show teams for like 5 to 10 different ones. Just doing 5 would burn through 250 gems. So we'll throw in a furnace down, get Uber stack, go from there. Oh yeah, it's annoying when all 3 are like the really, really annoying team. It's why you see me doing like the lower ones sometimes, just because they're way easier to, or they're a lot more, I don't know, they're just too annoying to keep doing the Divine literally every battle. It's possible if we were to revamp the team some, but it would be slower against a general battle if we were to make it to counter the Divines. Didn't they try to counter meta by introducing 10% to troop kingdom types? But no one really makes use of it. They used to have 25% bonus on them. The problem with that is it had the inverse problem in that everyone would utilize it. Back when there was a 25% bonus per typing thing for a total of 50,000, basically the meta became whatever had 50% bonus that week. Didn't matter what it was. Could have been like the most horrible team ever. If you owned it, whatever had 50%. It's just what you would use because it was just so much stronger. It's one of the reasons why it's only 20% these days, or, you know, 2 10% with a possibility of 20%. It's just because 25% each up to 50% was way too high when it existed. It was ridiculously broken, and every team just became whatever that was. Yeah, it did lead to more variation. But it led to a stagnant variation per week, which I guess is better than literally the same exact thing. But they're going to be doing something else to revamp PvP in the future that will still allow for variation without doing what they did before with like the whole 25% thingy. But yeah, next PvP patch will be addressing defense. We just don't know when next PvP patch will be. They said they're trying by the end of the year, but you never know. It's not next patch, but it could be the one after that or the one following. It's probably sometime in October or sometime in December is likely when, if they're going to do it, they're likely going to do it then, one of those 2 times. There's a possibility it might get shoved to like January or February, but it's most likely going to be done by the end of the year, hopefully. What specific little change, we have no clue, but we'll find out. You have to be very careful that they don't make, or when they make really major changes to PvP though. Because that's where a good majority of people are, like, pretty much most of the time. Or at least in late game, that's where you generally are. So you kind of have to be a little careful when they revamp stuff like that. Oh, we're up against Tech9. Oh wow, he's 2046 these days, wow. He's the highest level in the entire game for any of you that don't know. He's also been in literally every guild I've ever been in. So what guild is he in now these days? Oh, does it not show your guild on your card? I think it shows it on the other page. You can end your turn now. You don't even have infinite loop on your team. What are you doing? Maybe I had to gain level 57 from that. Oops, it just showed me what his thing was and I didn't even read it fail. Let's see, I can go click on his, oh no, it's lagging. No! I just wanted to go check what guild he's in. I think he's back in his Walrus one. That or he's in one of the top guilds he moved to. Gems and Roses. I've never heard of that guild, have I? I don't even recall if I've heard of that guild before. Trying to think. I don't think I've heard of that one. It must be one of the smaller ones. He might be doing it just to get 100% EXP bonus. Obviously, since he's the highest level in the game, he wants to make sure he perpetually has 100% EXP bonus, as that's pretty helpful. One of the main things he's trying to do is EXP farm. No, he just drained what I needed. Okay, we have a problem now. We're not frozen on blue though, so move that down. Move the other blue down. We're not frozen on green either. Move that over. And then we'll go for the hit. Make sure that goes down so we actually get the resource. Make sure we don't lose because that'd be bad. Since we just got a gnome. Good, he doesn't get much mana from that. Hopefully this will be enough to kill it. No, it isn't. Need another Infernus before he goes crazy, and I think we'll get it. Throw that down, and there we go. He'll die to that. And what do we get from the gnome? Come on, Volky! 2 diamonds, again, useless. At least we got an ultra rare ingot. The awkward moment when the ingot you get is more useful than the actual trait stone thingy. Oh, he's using the Yellow Guild War team. Actually, did I not bother setting that as my new Yellow Guild War? Can't remember if I did or didn't. Okay, he's actually going pretty crazy with it still. What way do we do this? I think we go for that poke. He'll do a big hit, but it's not enough to kill. Get those 2 down. Still gotta deal with Infernus versus Infernus. And if he gets a single Ubistet, we die. Which definitely won't be good. And he almost has all the mana already. Okay, we need full mana right about now. Would be great. And now we need to get like 3 casts somehow. Oh, let's give it a shot. Cast number 1. Okay, we somehow have to kill him right now. Go. We'd have to double scold him or extra turn into full mana, both of which seem quite impossible right about now. With the current board we have set up here. So I guess we take a blue and hope for some kind of miraculous pure luck, and no, we did not. Dead. Has anyone ever hit the new max level? No, it is literally impossible. The amount of time it takes to reach max level is about another 20 years to reach max level in Gems of War. Currently the highest is him at 2046 or whatever it was. But it keeps getting harder and harder the higher you go up because it keeps taking more and more mana. But yeah, no one is max level, nor will anyone ever reach max level. It's 10,000 is max level. But it keeps getting, it's just ridiculously hard to do. He's been going at it since the beginning of the game. Well, more so since the last like year and a half when they actually lifted the cap, but still. It's at least at minimum a decade away in the current state of the game at the rate that he's going. And for a normal person is realistically never gonna get there. You'd have to be specifically EXP farming for like 30 to 40 hours a week for about 10 years. That's about how long it takes. It's some kind of absurd amount of time. It was never realistically supposed to be obtained. Those he's actually trying for it, which is funny. Oh yeah, never try messaging me on Twitch. Twitch and Facebook, and the private messages on YouTube. Those are 3 locations you should almost never message me on. Mainly because for whatever reason, private messages of YouTube do not ever notify you. It doesn't notify you by mail, nor does it notify you via YouTube. It's really strange. I have no clue why it's like that. Facebook, just because I never use Facebook, and if I do, I just use it to post something. Or, you know, post something about like a video I did or something. Just so it gets slightly more exposure. And other than that, what was the other third one I mentioned? Oh yeah, the one that you just mentioned. Yeah, Twitch I only really ever use if someone exclusively only streams on Twitch. And for the most part, these days, the only thing I really use that for is salty streams, some speedrunners, and games done quick are about the only things I really use it for. Okay, we'll go take a purple down. How can I reach you? Let's see. What did he need to reach me about? You have okay troops, but your main team seems weaker than it could be. What are you currently using then? But yeah, for Gems of War related things, I would say Forum is the absolute best if you have to, just because it's the easiest thing to track. Oh, you'd like to send me my Gems of War database? Well, can't you put a link here? I think it would work in here. Oh, wait, never mind. People can't post links. Yeah, I guess send it through the Gems of War forum then. On gemsofwar.com, and then just go to forum, and then just find Tacet. Shouldn't take too long. It's should have a lot of posts. But you just like control find Tacet or something. Should bring it up. I really need Twitter? Oh, I would never use Twitter. I don't know, I'm not a big fan of social media. Like Twitter, Facebook, stuff like that. Okay, we'll go take that down. Yeah, you can also do it by email too, I guess. It's on my thingy. On the about page on my thing. Well, you can just do it by email. It's on my about page. That'd probably be easier and quicker at that point. Also, I could just mod you real quick and you can just put the link in the description as well. Or not in description, but you know, in the chat. That would also probably work. Actually, let me just do that way. I'm gonna go mod you real quick. Let's see. Add moderator. Okay, you're now a moderator. Now all you need to go do is, post it. The link. It should work now. There you go. There you go. Let me go and get the link. And then unmod. There we go. Okay, why did the link not open? There it is. It's loading. Loading, loading, loading. Okay, collection page. Let's see, what do you have as far as high stuff? Oh, you have Amnesia. Interesting. Let's see. Let's do it based on base rarity. We have a lot of mythics, actually. Let's see. Amnesia, the new Weaver, Champion of Anu, Death, Doomclaw, Dracula. Oh, wait, never mind. It's showing all of them, not just the ones you own. Whoops. Wait, how do I click it so it only shows owned? Wait, never mind. Let's see. Yeah, how do I click? I actually don't know because I've always I've always owned everything. So I have no clue how to set this up to show only not owned. Let's see. There has to be some way to do that. I guess the count of 1 or higher? Is it possible to do both by count and base rarity? Apparently not. That's strange. Anyways, let's see. What legends do you have? Aberrath, Parnex, Gloomleaf, all the horrible ones. Kraken's not too bad though. You can build an entire team around Kraken, which at this point seems to be your best bet. You have Jezebel too, which actually wouldn't be too bad with it. So it's gonna be useful next week. Shegra, and that's all of them. Okay, so let's go and let's see. Do you have Green Seer? No, you do not. What's the other one called? Spirit Dancer. Nope, you don't have that either. Okay. So, probably a Kraken Jezebel team then would be your best bet. Some kind of exploder up front, followed by Kraken. Actually, you could probably even first slot Kraken if you really wanted to. But, yeah, some kind of Kraken Jezebel. And basically you just throw a mana generator, some kind of explosion, like Herd Master or something like that. Or really just any explosion. Keep spamming that down, get the mana you need for Kraken, throw Kraken, ideally get Devour, keep throwing Queen Jezebel at it. Your blues will go right into Jezebel, you throw it right back into Kraken, and you keep repeating the cycle. Yep, I thought that was enough damage, apparently not. Also I thought was enough damage, apparently not again. Did he really just revive again on top of himself? He's gonna get a famine right now too. I don't have enough mana to cast anything. And there we go. Oh, Ubis, that's not gonna be enough, is it? No, not with the Entangle on it. It's not, or Web, whatever it's called. Come on, we just need a hit for a free turn. Nope, he's just gonna get us down. Ouch. We still win, it's just annoying. Alright, move that over. Oops, that dead. There we go. At least he got his mana up pretty much immediately. Oh, see you, Fred. Have a good day. Have a good weekend. Where do you get your weapons from? The current weapon I actually am using right now is unobtainable, oddly enough. Or at least it's not obtainable anymore. It will be in the future in some way, shape, or form again. But it has actually not been available since its release a few months ago. It actually is pretty recent in that, yes, it was only like a few months ago, but still, it's never been available since for whatever reason. It's a really big problem that the game currently has, in that there's a... Oh, did he really just get full mana? We're actually about to die to triple famine. But, actually, we'll play it out. But, yeah, there's some weapons in the game that are just... What on earth is happening? This is what happens when I try talking. But anyways, there are several weapons within the game that basically aren't obtainable anymore. Or at least won't be for a little while. And Divine Protector is one of them. Also, there's another pretty good one currently available right now, too. One of the older weapons, which may be worth actually considering getting. Unfortunately, it does cost real money. But it's the... where'd it go? There's very few of them that are actually worth it. There's about 4 of them. From the $5 thingies that are actually worth it. And this is actually one of them. Staff of Madness. Hits all enemies. And it's red-purple. It's, for whatever reason, currently the only red-purple weapon that does full damage to all enemies. For whatever reason, every other red-purple weapon that hits all enemies has a half boost ratio based on its magic. So, for example, it would only be like 10 right now on top of that instead of 20. Where Staff of Madness gives the full amount. It's kind of weird that it's like that, but yeah, Staff of Madness actually is pretty decent. But, yeah, there's a lot of old weapons out there, Divine Protector being one of them, where they're currently not obtainable anymore. They will be in the future, but we don't know how they're going to implement it when they do. Yeah, I know, they're going to keep adding them for $5. That'd be super annoying if they did. Every single weapon in the game at one point was available via Glory or via some other means in the game for in-game resources. But there are some of them that has never been available since their release, and Divine Protector is one of them. It's a really wonky, what's the right word for that? But it's a really weird system that they have set up right now for it. Because there are, like, 10% of all weapons in the game are unobtainable by the average player who's just coming in after not playing the game. Or, you know, like, if you're, like, a new player, like, 10% of the weapons are pretty much locked out due to how they currently have it set up. That will be changed in the future, but that doesn't help us now. Okay, what do we need? We'll go through Infernus down. What about the staff that you get from 250 wins on Priest? Isn't that the cleanse staff? For the most part, last I recall, that weapon's pretty useless. Apart from Dawnbringer, any good yellow weapons that are buyable, grindy? Well, buyable Sun and Moon. As far as grindy, no. There's no other good yellow weapon, really. It's Sun and Moon and Dawnbringer, that's about it. I think there was one other yellow, but that's probably it. But as far as damage is concerned, it's either Dawnbringer or Sun and Moon. I think there was a good yellow support one. I need to go double check. Troop menu, why must you take so long? Let's see what other questions were there. Sorry to bother you, but are you not sure what you suggested for your other 2 slots and their order? You would need 2 exploders, or an exploder and a mana generator. It really depends on what you have. And I didn't actually go to see all of them, but probably a Herdmaster and something else. You can also just use a frontline tank or something. And you'd probably want to use your hero, actually probably use your frontline tank. What was I looking for again? I'm looking for yellow weapon that isn't horrible, that isn't Sun and Moon nor the other thing. Let's see. Yeah, Sun and Moon's one of them. It hits all AoE damage. Yellow purple. Oh, Urska's Crown wasn't too bad if you're using a red-oriented team. That one you get for free from completing out the Urskea Kingdom. Actually, I think you get it midway through the Urskea Kingdom. Runic Blade at 37 green-yellow, I believe it is, isn't too bad. It's mainly used for Arena, though. But earlier on in the game, it's not horrible. And other than that, Flesh Troopers won the old event ones, but it is decent. And there are some instances where Emerald Tier is actually amazing. You would need to have a fully enchanted team, though. Yeah, it basically comes down to Dawnbringer and Sun and Moon. The only other thing that you would really ever use is maybe Runic Blade. And that's about it. There's a few other ones here and there, but that's like the core few ones out of yellow that you would really ever bother with. The one that's generally you shouldn't use single color weapons. There's very, 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 very few exceptions to that. And those few exceptions I would mainly say are Anu Scepter and Mountain Crusher, as well as Crude Club and Hero Sword. But other than those several, for the most part, at least this late in the game, you don't really run single color weapons. But yeah, I believe the biggest issue of that one that you mentioned, there's 2 things that's bad about it. It ends your turn, and I believe it doesn't give buff to itself. Like what a, it's one of the reasons why Divinia is so good, because it doesn't end its turn, and the buff also applies to itself. But in every instance you would ever use that weapon, Divinia would be better. Assuming you owned it, of course. But I guess technically if you didn't own it, that could be a okay alternative. This wouldn't be the greatest of things out there. That's one of the only really bad things about Divinia. She's such a good support that she makes almost every other support bad. In comparison. Well, you could probably use Herdmaster to Goblin Rocket. Probably. I'm trying to think of what the full team would be. Problem is the full team that you would supposed to be using for that is along the lines of Green Seer, Giant Spider, or Spirit Dancer, Giant Spider. The problem is, from what I checked on your list, you don't have either of those 2 combos. But that's what the ideal of what you would use. The problem is I don't think you have it. You could go try using an Exploder first slot or Hero first slot with Giant Spider, I guess. Problem is it'd be a lot better to have a green mana generator, but you don't have either of the 2 green mana generators, from what I saw on your list. Oh, why am I moving back? Let's go back to... sure, we'll take this one. It's annoying that he has to keep killing it, but it'll be fine. What about Soul of Xenos? Not the greatest. It's not horrible. It's something you could bring out if you really wanted to. It's, biggest issue with it is just single target. Very rarely do you use single target weapons unless they're really high impact. We'll take that down. Go for Ubistek, get our double-double. And then we'll steal and move this guy upward so we can also double-double again. And that'll be match, if we can actually get him dead before we cast Ubistek, which we should be able to do here. Let's see, move that over. Get an Furnace or something in there. What else do we need? Go grab the greens. Get a hit on him. Hopefully get the amount of mana we need to actually get this thing rolling. Does it land? Kind of. Not really. We still need full mana. So at this point, it's just going to overkill. Oh well. Might as well just kill it with Infernus manually then. How to get Sun and Moon? It is currently unobtainable. It's either $5 or if it ever comes around, or wait until they eventually add it to the game in some other means. But yeah, Sun and Moon's currently not obtainable. The strongest weapon that you can gain would be Dawnbringer in that regard, but that takes too long. Next best bet is if you're looking for yellow damage, would probably be that one yellow one that you can craft that creates a yellow storm. That one epic weapon. I think that would be your next best bet if you're just looking for something quick to get for yellow damage. Because that one doesn't cost that much at all. It also gives you Yellow Storm, which there aren't really too many good means of doing Yellow Storm at the moment. So the fact that it can is pretty decent. Yeah, I believe they're relatively cheap. I don't know if I'll actually be focusing them at all on my newer account when I go for it. Probably not. I'll probably be rushing things like War and Peace and such. But, and probably go for Creeping Death maybe. And stuff like that. But, because I can soul farm off of Necromancer too while we're trying to get him upgraded. But, oh, what was I just mentioning about that? I was just about to go show something related to what I was just saying. Yellow weapon. Oh, yeah, I was going to go check the amount of cost that they cost. So, I think all these are the exact same, but this was the one I was referring to. Deal damage to an enemy and deal double if there is a light storm. Create a light storm. A little bit expensive as far as the mana cost, but still it gets the job done. And it's pretty obtainable. It's only 2 Celestials, 50 gems, 1,000 souls, 200 yellow thingies. Not the greatest of yellow weapons out there by any means, but still not bad. Oh, I forgot to go finish out the event. Oh well, not that big a deal. We already got the pet max, so the fact that we didn't finish it is not important. What's more in the 4.0 spoiler? Oh yeah, we got a little image thingy. Let me go show that again. I'll go bring it up right after this battle. Shouldn't take too long. He's using fire bombs. Try getting that down with that. Didn't get it. Just let him do whatever. One more firebomb will do it. And that'll be that. Okay, let me go show the spoiler thingy again. I go bring that up. Do that right there. Do that right there. And window capture wherever it is. Boom. Okay, so 4.0 sneak peek is factions. Factions are the center of activity in the Underworld. And as you can see, there is a screenshot of the next patch. Factions, basically, in short, without actually spoiling anything or, you know, saying more than I'm allowed to. Factions are basically the Underworld's version of... Underworld is the area that's going to be under Kristara starting next patch. But it's basically the Underworld's version of kingdoms. They're kind of like kingdoms, kind of not. There's a lot of various details to that, but as you can see, it still is a standard quest. Those take no time at all. It's a standard little quest line thingy. Not really too interesting there. Delve is the main feature. That, of course, is that new dungeon crawling thing, which is going to be pretty interesting. And the main feature that's really coming in next patch for the most part. And other than that, you can see there's a few other things like troops and treasures from the portal, the Horde where you collect all your treasures, and then the faction info, which is basically like the Power Star info page of the kingdoms. Not exactly, but it's around the same kind of premise. But it's like a new kind of kingdom slash not kingdom that's in the Underworld. Everything in the Underworld, I believe, is going to be like this that ever comes into it. And yeah, that's basically all I can really say about it at the moment. There's a lot more to say about it, but I don't know how much I can actually say without actually giving any information out. So yeah, once we are allowed to say more info on it, I will definitely do so, but I'm currently not allowed until they officially say anything more about it. But yeah, that's what we currently know. Game mode's definitely a lot of fun. It's basically like dungeons, but better. That's actually a bad comparison, putting it like dungeons, though. Because dungeons, well, it's basically, like I said before, it's what dungeons should have been when it released. It seems like dungeons was the lazy version, and then they finally did it correctly this time around. What is the purpose of the areas? You mean like the new areas that are coming in, like the Underworld? I believe they're mainly using it for new game modes. Like they're going to be adding the Underworld, and it's going to be getting its own new game mode. I believe they're going to be adding a Heaven, and that's going to be having its own game mode whenever they get around to that. It's not coming next patch. Only Underworld's coming next patch. And they're going to keep adding like kind of zones, probably with their own game mode kind of thingy, to make every single area kind of unique. The one that's unique to the Crystara is Explore. The one that's unique to Underworld is going to be Delve. And every single area is likely going to have its own unique thing. So yeah, we'll see exactly how that pans out in the future. Hello, Jose. Welcome. Now that you have a mythic pet, what can you disenchant them for? Pet food. Green pet would disenchant into green pet food, purple one to purple, so on and so forth. And that's currently their only purpose. There's nothing to use excess food for, or excess copies, which is kind of weird. But you do eventually reach the point where pets are pointless to keep doing, because you have them all maxed and there's nothing to sink the resources into for whatever reason. Approximately when is 4.0? Probably in about 2 weeks. Probably by the end of the month. Very soon. No official date has been given though. But very, very soon. Assuming all goes well and it goes through. We'll go to fire bombs. What else do we need here? Let's go grab a red there. Also, if anyone still has any other questions or anything I missed, let me know. As we'll probably be wrapping up in the next several battles or so. At least for now, until later tonight. The next kingdom with all the omen traits are supposedly supposed to happen on the 24th. Though we've had nothing from the devs confirming that is when it will occur. But it does seem like that's approximately when it's going to occur, as long as the patch goes out correctly. Because like all kingdoms, it's going to be coming after the patch. Because they're not doing it before it. Based on what you have seen from the beta, is the next patch good? That's questionable. It's not bad. Question mark? Oh no, it depends what you consider by good. It's fun, but it's... I don't know what words to use to describe that. It's a weird direction, but it is a lot of fun. Also, I don't know how to feel about how the map looks. It looks cool, but also not as cool simultaneously. Like, if I never saw the map prior to it, I would say, oh wow, that actually looks really cool. But seeing the map as is now and then seeing the new map, it's like, eh. Oh no, I'm gonna miss the old map. Let's see. Yeah, we'll go through that then. What has been your favorite patch the last 2 years? Oh gosh. Honestly, I'd probably have to say the most recent one. The one that added ingots and kingdom skill trees. Kingdom skill trees, in particular, was probably my favorite patch that has ever came to the game. That or traits when it came in 2.0. Yeah, it'd probably have to be either traits or ingot slash kingdom upgrades. Or, I mean, ingot slash... or, you know, weapon upgrade slash hero upgrade. But yeah, one of the two. One of those two patches. So basically 2.0 and 3.6 are probably two of my favorite. Or at least the premise of 2.0. I don't think it was actually became really good until about 2.1 or 2.2. But the premise that 2.0 started was really nice. With the traits and everything. Because there was very little contrast with several, or a lot of troops. before traits, but then traits kind of added this whole unique thing. There weren't unique traits, though, prior till about 2.2, though, I don't believe. That's when legendaries, it was either 2.1 or 2.2, but that was when legendaries started to get their own unique ones, and they started expanding them and making them more unique and everything like that. And actually diversify the troops from each other. No, Knight Hero class is pretty bad for the most part. The only reason we're leveling it is for to show it for Thursday video, and because we need to do it eventually, so. It is one of the worst hero classes in the game, though. Unless they're planning on buffing it next Thursday. Though they haven't actually buffed any since, well, I shouldn't say that. They buffed Titan for whatever reason, when they changed its tree. They're like, how can we make this even more overpowered? And then they did that. It's actually the, I'd probably say Titan overall at the moment is the strongest hero class in the game. The only reason why Divine is used more often is because this team. But if this team, compositions of it like Infernus or Ubistet or Divine or Spala, were to somewhat get nerfed, everyone's just going to switch over to Titan probably, if they were to use any. Okay, we're getting Infernus down. And get a skull. Also, when I said most recent patch, by the way, I meant the current patch, not the next one. Let's see. We got Ubistet. And down it goes. Oh, sorry, you said arena. The purpose of arena is to basically allow newer players to learn how on earth to play the game while having some stuff that's kind of leveled. The other thing that it serves to do is it's really good soul farming. It's one of the best soul farming in the game until you have a proper soul farming team, which would basically mean until you own a Dragon Soul or a Fair Shra, it is the best way to farm souls, essentially. Other than that, I keep forgetting it's not there. Other than that, Arena gives some glory keys over time, which isn't too bad. It also has the highest trophy rate in the entire game, which is good if you want trophies for whatever reason. And what was the other good aspect of it? Oh, it also has ingots in it. It's the only other location other than PvP where you can currently get ingots. Well, I guess Guild Wars too, but it's one of the main ways you can actually get ingots in the game. What's also nice about it is you get 2 hero EXP per battle. So you're constantly gaining a lot of EXP towards whatever your hero class is. And it doesn't even matter what your hero class is, and you'll still gain it because your hero has no effect in here. So if we wanted to go and, let's say, just go build a team real quick and just go like a standard Dawnbringer, we'd still get the full 2... let's see, which way do we do this? I guess we'll put it like that. But we still get the standard 2 EXP per battle. And none of the aspects of our hero counts here. So if you wanted to go and level like a really annoying hero class while still getting ingots and stuff like that, one thing that you could do is basically just this, go to arena and do it this way. Because it doesn't care what your hero class is. That has no effect unless a specific troop has a bonus based on it. Also, what on earth just happened? What on earth just happened? Well then, that's a bad example. What? I set it to hard, not Warlord 3 or something. How did he kill us that quick? What just happened? Well then, that's, that was something. Like, we start the battle and then we died. Okay, we'll go take blue here. He's gonna get skull, that's fine. As long as he doesn't do exactly the same thing over again. I'll get Dawnbringer down. Wipe out almost the entire team. Get that over. Go grab all that mess. Get another Dawnbringer down. That would pretty much be match. I'm mainly just showing this so we can see the reward thingy. We'll let him have another skull because we'll just go into our barrier. And never mind, we already have enough damage. And there we go. And as you can see right here, we should get 2 EXP and an ingot, which are the 2 main things that this game mode would give. It's the same thing that PvP gives, but you don't have to worry about any kind of bonuses or anything. It's also a really even playing field. The only thing that's slightly unfortunate is weapon choice. You do have to own the weapon in order to use the weapon in Arena. But other than that, everything is exactly the same. And there's plenty of early game weapons that you can be using, like War and Peace, like Creeping Death from Necromancer, War and Peace from Kazil, even Crude Club and Hero Sword isn't even too bad, particularly Hero Sword, because for whatever reason, Arena has brown-blue banner active. So if you use Hero Sword, you'd be able to instantly get that up and spam it. It's actually probably as a brand new player, the main weapon you'd be using in Arena would be Hero Sword. And eventually you switch over to Runic Blade once you reach mid-game, which is a, I believe 37 yellow, 37 green Hero Mastery. And it gives you 10 stats to all your stats every single time you get a kill. You pretty much get a kill every single cast you do. Hey, someone did a legendary task. There we go. A little bit of keys. But yeah, did anyone else have any other questions? I know, that escalated super quick. We start the battle and then we die in like 10 seconds. He was also using Runic Blade. Though he didn't actually get to use it, but he was about to. What do you think about the... what do you think of this for trait farming? Sunbird, Rowan, Firebomb, Firebomb? Yeah, that's exactly what you should be using. Literally that exact team. Though I would say replace one of the Firebombs possibly with a hero, just so you gain EXP. Switch it to a hero class that you don't really want to level manually, or just any hero class for that matter, and start leveling it that way. It's going to make your team ever so slightly slower, but you're going to be gaining anywhere from like 120 to 180 hero XP per hour, which is pretty decent, and you wouldn't be gaining any if you weren't using that. So yeah, I'd advise putting your hero in there if you can, in place of one of the firebombs. But yeah, Anthony, did that answer your question when I went over Arena there? Let me know. But yeah, the main purpose of Arena is for souls, EXP farming your hero, and ingots. Those are the main three aspects. There's also the best location for trophies, though that's pretty irrelevant in most situations. How do you get legendary tasks in guild? You get them from completing every single task in your guild, and then completing out the legendary task. That is not where they were located. They're under guild, and then go to tasks. Once you've completed out all 6 of the tasks, there's 12 of them in each one. You then get legendary tasks, and you throw 1,000,000 gold at each one of these. Of course, every single person can contribute. So it comes out to 33,000 gold per, or 33,000.333, or you know, all threes. 33,333.33, repeating. You need every single person to donate that much gold, and it will end up giving you a legendary task each. So even though I'm putting 1,000,000 right here, keep in mind that 29 other people are also getting this in the guild. So every single one of them doing this would also give it to everyone. So we're basically, every 1,000,000, we're getting, for the most part, we're having 29 other people also doing it. But we end up getting, from this one, as you can see, we end up getting 1 gem key, 4 glory keys, and 6 arcane dark trait stones. Fortunately, we don't really need arcanes. First, I would almost remove arcane from that drop table. It's so annoying getting them because they're kind of just in the way, but these days. But yeah, that's pretty much what a legendary task is. You don't get them until all tasks are completed. Mainly, you get a good majority of your value from just completing all tasks, so you don't really need to go any further than that. But anyways, guys, is that every other question? Anyone else have anything you want to mention? Otherwise, I will be back later tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is 7 hours from now. Mainly going to be doing Purple Guild War Day today, with Element Grim Loop, most likely. But yeah, other than that, hope you all really enjoy your weekend. Leave a like on the stream if you've enjoyed. We'll hopefully be able to go over more 4.0 stuff very soon. As soon as I can, I will make sure to say stuff about it. I just don't know what I can and can't, so I have to be careful. But once I can, I definitely will. Let's see. Yeah, you can get legends and mythics specifically from legendary tasks, though you mainly just get keys for the most part. That's the main drop you get from it. Yeah, arcanes do take long to get as a newer player. It's a very, very long grind. It could take you upwards of a little over a year before you have everything in the game fully traded. Though, as far as doing things, tackling them down one by one, like, let's say just like 1 legend, it only takes like about 2 hours to fully trade 1 legend. Maybe a little bit longer earlier on in the game, but they've added more methods too, like orbs, like orange orbs, the smaller ones. You can use that on 2nd or 3rd trait on a legend or mythic, and it makes it a lot cheaper to actually get it up, which is pretty nice. But anyways, guys, I'll see you all later. Thanks for coming down. Enjoy your weekend, and I'll be back later tonight. Goodbye, everyone.